Everyone, and welcome to our Fallout 2d20 one-shot run by myself and four super cool dudes, some friends of mine who I like very much. Totally forgot that one of their faces is currently covered up. It's currently covered up because we didn't know that we were actually going to have this person here, so I have a special surprise for everyone. Joining us today is none other than the Monday night favorite, Atomic. There he is. Just revealed his face. We were standing by, and now he is revealed. It was totally meant to do that. Totally meant to do that. But any hoots, everybody. So we are going to be playing a Fallout 2d20 adventure, and I just want to say thank you very much to Steve, who will be playing one of our characters today. He is the one that actually saved up the 25,000 points. It's a lot of watch time, Steve. That's a lot of watch time. Now, I have a question for you, Steve. Were you actively watching, or did you just have it on in the background? It's okay. It's okay if it was just the background, but I'd like to know, just for the viewers at home, were you actively watching or just bullshitting me? You're a good fucking friend. That's amazing, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you're watching. Yeah, no, that's good. That's absolutely fantastic. I love that. I love that. Well, just wanted to say that when people spend their money on the spend point spend for the one shots, I do them. It takes time. There's also a kitty, but I do eventually get to them. And I think this is probably the fastest turnaround, Steve. I think this is the fastest turnaround, so I'm getting better as a game master to doing these. But enough out of this old hound wolf. We're just gonna go around the table. We're gonna have everyone introduce themselves, tell us who they're playing. And then we're going to jump right into just a brief intro from myself to kind of set the tone of our short little 2d20 adventure here in Siberia. And we're going to take it from there. So let's go Boris, Bobby, Alex, and Jordan. Take it away, gentlemen. Who the hell are you? And tell us about your character. That is... He's loving it, or is he nervous about it? Like, what is the situation? Loving it. All right. But I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. They probably will here soon. All right. Well, anyway, Bobby, take it away. You're muted, as is tradition. It wouldn't be a stream if somebody didn't end up muted, which is great. Yeah, you're muted. What it was. Wait. Can people not hear the players? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I
can hear it up. I can hear him.
There it is. Yep. All right. Hey, Boris, why don't you introduce yourself again? Because apparently I had everybody muted for like the first couple minutes here. Because, you know, I always do that for some reason. Yeah.
Hey, what's a stream without some scuff? What's a stream without some scuff, right?
Thank you. Thank you, Kira. Thank you.
Well,
okay, we're going to start again. So, welcome everyone to Fallout 2d20 one-shot, run by myself and four really cool dudes. And today, I've got some cool guys joining me today. And there's been a little banter that you haven't heard, but we're starting again. Like, we're forgetting the last, 3 minutes that we were live. And we're just going to dive into it. So, Boris, fill us in. Who the hell are you? and tell us about this character that you're playing.
Hi, I'm Steve, and I will be playing Boris. He's a ghoul from Russia in the gulags, where he has been in the gulag since before he was a ghoul.
Love that.
He's living the gulags.
Always Boris. Always.
Oh, why always Boris?
Always Boris. Always Boris. Yeah, I am just so smooth. So smooth. Yeah, it's all super professional game master. I've only been doing this for like 9 months, and every once in a while, Streamlabs just decides to fuck up my audio. I don't know why. They're like, we're gonna pick a source that doesn't exist. I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. Next up, we're gonna have Bobby. Bobby, who the hell are you, and who are you playing today?
I not really known on the internet. I just played D&D with people and other games and stuff like that. But today I'll be playing Bobby McClay. He's the token American for the game because I always gotta have one. He doesn't know how he got here. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's here for a good time, and he's got a shotgun.
Love that.
So,
absolutely love that. He's a Bobby with a shotgun. That's so
Bobby with a shotgun.
All right. Next up, we got old Alex, Mr. Stromsky. Fill us in. Who the hell are you?
I am Strom. You can find me on YouTube. Strom plays Kill Team. I'll be playing Alexander, the super mutant. Yeah. Alexander, the super mutant.
Big old super mutant guy. Great. Love that. Absolutely love that. It's fantastic. Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, a last minute fill-in. One of the if you ever follow the channel, either YouTube, Twitch, you've probably seen this amazing guy here for Dragon's Demand, the Starship Troopers one shot, which was amazing. He got the most kills of any Starship Trooper soldier ever in the history of the unit. And today he's joining us again as well. So fill us in. Who the hell are you, and who are you playing today?
Everybody, I'm Atomic. You can follow me. I occasionally stream on Twitch at Atomic Warsmith. Monday night regular here now with both Dragons Demand and now Skulls and Shackles. Playing very angy guys. Last minute fill in. So I'm playing the role of Yosef. It's a ex-soldier, just a dependable dude who's just doing what he can to help the community, colony, whatever, survive, which usually means getting sent out to look for stuff in the dangerous wastelands. So just a dependable dude.
And of course, I am Darewolf, the game master or the overseer of this particular 2d20 adventure. And super excited to be here. Appreciate everyone bubbling through us over the first couple of moments here with our tech issues. But you know what? It's been a wild ride to get this game going because we had the player dropped out, then this person joined, and then it's been wild. But you know what? We're going to get started. So we're going to open our scene on a very long and winding frozen road. The trees themselves you can just see little bits of the bark through the ever-present, just this oppressive kind of snow that clings to them. You can see all of the branches look like these long sort of like lightning strikes almost, that they're just, it's spider webs out, but they're all covered in this like thick layer of snow. The snow itself, as this group of 4 individuals has been trudging along this road away from their former colony, or their current colony, but they're traveling away from it. Every step there's this like very thick kind of crunching noise as you move your way through. The ice gives way, but not too much. It's so cold here. It's so frozen solid that it almost feels like you're stepping on concrete. But as we kind of zoom down this road toward these 4 individuals, we see 4 very different looking individuals trudging away, dressed to the nines, ready for this cold winter. They are very familiar with how to exist and how to survive in this cold wasteland. But I'd like to start with Jordan. If you take a moment, just describe what your character looks like for ourselves, the viewers, and the other players, of course.
Right. So Yosef is he's about, let's say about 6'2", 6'3", he's got a nice white beard. He's got some years to him, he's got some experience. He, when he got discharged from his military duties, he just kind of took all of his shit and kept it. So he's kind of got an Arctic-esque uniform still, plate carrier and Instead of a helmet, he's got a nice ball cap on that, whatever symbol or logo on it is long since faded, with some goggles strapped to the top. But his rifle on a sling, a couple magazines in his pockets, got some tactical pants, some boots. You look at him, it's like, soldier. It's very 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 telling. But his deal is, and he's kind of got his head on a swivel as everybody's walking, because he's on alert.
Like that. Next up, we're going to pivot over to Alex. Alex being by far the largest of the group, and perhaps even the most, I suppose, strange looking of the group. Doesn't really seem to fit in with everyone else in this moment. Doesn't really seem to fit in. But I'd like to take a moment just to describe Strom for us. Alex as your character. Tell us a little bit about him and what he looks like in this moment.
Yep. So Alex is a super mutant standing around 9 feet tall. He is bedecked in what looks like generic super mutant armor that has a few extra bits of just rusted plate metal welded to it. And on his back, jutting out on one side, is a sledgehammer handle, and on the other side is a minigun handle that it looks like he literally just pulled from a vertibird and just stuck it to his back. And then as far as cold weather gear goes, he's just basically underneath his armor, just wearing what looks to be a just tattered white coat. And anytime he's asked about if it's cold, he just goes, "Ugh, weak."
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Next up, we see, I imagine these two, the super mutant and the soldier. Obviously, you mentioned, Jordan, your head's on a swivel. Super mutant, you feel no fear at all. It's been bred into you. You're literally genetically engineered not to feel fear. So you're out in the front there, head on a swivel, looking. And then just lagging behind slightly, we see another gentleman. This sort of seemingly, I guess, out of place, I would say. Not the same way as the super mutant, but slightly out of place. We see none other than Bobby. Bobby, take a moment to describe yourself to us and what you look like in this moment.
Yeah, so Bobby is a very obviously American. He's got like the big puffy coat on, things like that. Physically, he kind of looks like oddly like Christian Slater, like but like a more country version of him. He's just kind of lagging behind, trying to like start a cigarette in his mouth, but the cold wind is making it very difficult. And he's just like, fuck this cold, fuck, just muttering under his breath. But he's wearing like a big puffy coat. He's got like a metal breastplate on, leather armor underneath. And he's decked out in a couple of weapons. He's got a shotgun like slung inside his like arm right here. He's going for the cigarette. There's a bolt action pipe rifle on his back and a 10mm pistol on his side. But he's just kind of decked out. He looks like he can handle himself in a fight.
Very good. Love it. And last but certainly not least, we see a man who doesn't quite look like a man, and a dog next to him, as it were. We see a man with a dog. The dog's tongue is just lapped over it out of its mouth. It looks happy as can be. You see it jump from one snowdrift to another. It just seems like it's having the time of its life, absolute time of its life. But Boris, take a moment to describe Boris to us, and we'll take it from there. You're muted, as is tradition. Not my fault this time.
Fantastic. Boris is wearing a massive coat. It's got a nice big fur collar on it. He's got one of those Sanka hats, like the very traditional. He's got a nice big red star on the center of it. Half of his face is sort of half fallen off of his face, and he leans down and picks up a small stick off of the floor and throws it for Sabotka. And Sabotka runs off into the distance, grabs a stick, and comes back. And he notices that Bobby is not getting on with this cold, and he just reaches into one of his many pouches and bags. He's got a big old rucksack on. He produces a bottle. He says, "Here, this will deal with cold," and thrusts a bottle of sort of almost clear liquid into Bobby's hands.
Like 100 proof paint thinner, isn't it?
No, it's very good.
I try it.
Ooh, you try it. You try it. You know what I'm gonna have you do, Bobby? I'm gonna
Yeah.
have you roll a quick check here for us. If you could give me give us an endurance check, please. Give us an endurance check. It should be on your survival, actually. Survival check, excuse me. Give us a survival check, Bobby.
Okay, I didn't know if you could actually do like just special
Yep,
checks.
your difficulty on this check is only going to be a 1. Just difficulty 1 check. Let's see how well you can drink this alcohol.
And now
On the character sheet, all you got to do is just
Yeah,
click
it-
survival.
that I got.
And it's going to ask if there are extra dice. You don't have currently as a group any action points to spend on extra dice. You'll
Okay.
simply say no.
Hey.
You got 0 successes. Yikes. Yikes. So we watch as Bobby looks at the bottle of clear liquid, goes to take it back, and there is this sputtering noise as he instantaneously spits it out as the alcohol hits the cold air of the Siberian winter, the ever-present, the endless winter, as it were. We see it sort of start to crystallize, but it's not that cold, but it strikes the ground, and you see a small little sizzling noise as it hits the ground, and the snow kind of melts under this. And Bobby, what do you say after that? Incurrence.
After spitting it out, I'm like, oh god damn, boy, that's fucking paint thinner. That's
It
actual
used
paint
to be
thinner.
paint thinner. Now it's vodka.
That I don't think that's how that works, but all right. And he's just corks it and hands it back to him.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Up in the front, Alex and Jordan, you've been, keeping an eye on the surrounding area. It's just a lot of white, snowy bullshit. And your minds each start to drift back to the commandant. You were all gathered back at the Gulag. You were all gathered back. The Gulag being this old prison that over the last couple hundred years has been slowly converted into a kind of camp or a kind of little town in the frozen north of the Siberian cold area. And unfortunately, the power generator of this particular gulag or camp has been slowly running out, and they're running out of fuel rods. So they're down to their last 2 fuel rods, and they realize that unless something drastic happens, they go find some, replacements for this. Eventually, the power generator will die, and the heat will get turned off, and there's not enough blankets and coats to protect everyone without any source of heat. So they've sent your small band out, and his last words to you were, "Go find it, or don't. I don't know. You're adults. Make your own decisions." And they basically unceremoniously kicked you out the front door, gave you all the bird, and said, "Come back or don't. It's whatever." And then you could just hear over the edge of the wall of this gulag, them saying, "Well, with 4 less, we can probably last another winter or 2." And that's where they're at. So you guys have been sent out to find these power supplies, these power rods, these fuel rods. But also, if you die, I guess it's still a win for the gulag. So that's where we're at. But Jordan or Alex, or both of you, I'd like each of you to roll us a quick check here. I'd like you to roll a quick check here. And what I'd like you to roll is you are, obviously you mentioned, Joseph, that you have your head on a swivel. Okay, you have your head on a swivel. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to roll a quick perception survival check. Okay, perception survival. So what you'll do is you'll click on where it says endurance, you'll change that to perception, and then you'll roll a quick perception survival check.
I'd just like to say, my fiance is watching, and she's going to judge us all because she's fluent in Russian. So I look forward to hearing that scolding later about all of our terrible accents.
Das Vidanya. There it is. Das
I
Vidanya.
hope it is my immense
Oof.
pleasure is that after this stream, if your fiance wants to kill me,
Yeah,
that's a terrible
that's brilliant.
accent.
We've done our job.
That's a double failure there, Chief. With a
Whoa.
That's
Getting the big numbers out of the way early.
yikes.
yeah,
That's
If this
hard
was
yikes.
D&D, we'd be doing super fine though.
yeah.
There it is. We're doing God's work, as it were. Yes. I'd like both of you to roll a perception survival. Your difficulty on this is going to be a 2. Difficulty of 2.
Well,
I have
We got a
yeah.
critical failure and a
just a
failure.
0.
All right, perfect. So good news is you don't see anything. It's perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing out there, nothing you need to worry about. Everything is hunky-dory. Nothing bad would ever happen. We're totally good. But I'm curious, are the two of you conversing with each other at all? Do you have anything to say? Or is it just the ever-present crunch of snow beneath your boots and your large super mutant feet?
I like to imagine that because he's got the soldier training and everything, that they've done some work together. Like just as not as necessarily a minder, but he's able to maybe help direct the mutant, or like if they need something where it's like, oh, I'll do the delicate part and then you do the heavy lifting or something. And I just imagine as they're looking, they're just like, I don't see shit. This is just, it's all bullshit. And what is that? And then he fucking trips on a root and just like eats shit in the snow for a second. That's why I didn't see shit. It's because his face and his beard is just covered. He's trying to wipe it all off before it freezes his eyebrows. And it's like, I fucking hate this snow.
And Alexander will literally, without stopping his stride, grab the back of his vest and pull him up from the ground and set him back on his feet.
Thank you, big guy. I appreciate it.
Beautiful. And as the two of you have this moment, you trip, Jordan, Alexander, you pick him back up. It is then that you hear the telltale signs of breathing through a respirator. And as you look to your left and you look to your right, you see 4 masked individuals, each wielding what appears to be a bolt gun of some sort, a bolt pistol of some sort, maybe a bolt rifle of some sort. And they are not, they're not holding them aggressively, but they look interested in your group. One of them, what appears to be maybe a leader of some sort, takes a small step forward and says, "All of your things on the ground now."
How about you go fuck yourself?
But Boris will step forward and kind of calm his friend down and go, "No, friends. It's okay. We can all get along, eh?"
I'm not giving them shit.
You recognize the particular patch. You've actually had run-ins with this particular group of scavengers, as the Gulag has come to call them. They are a small contingent of basically Fallout Siberian wasteland bandits, and this appears to be one of their larger raiding parties, almost as if they were, almost feels like they were waiting for you. They knew exactly what, like, this road isn't often traveled. There's something strange about what's going on here. Definitely something strange. You see the 4 of them. You have the one in the front and the top there of the battle map. He has not drawn a weapon. It's just given the command. The other 4 have brought their weapons to bear, as it were, and are pointing at each of you with what appears to be malicious intent. So, what you guys like to do?
When
Alex-
they say, oh, sorry.
Alex is going to take out a sledgehammer and, brandish it aggressively.
I would attempt to kind of be like surprised, and kind of put my hands up. But when my hands are coming up, I want to kind of try and purposely knock my 10mm out of its holster and onto my foot. Like, oops.
Ooh, all right. So
Like
what
a
I'm gonna
clumsy
have you
type
do,
thing.
what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you roll a stealth check. What I think I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have you roll a sneak, is what it's called in this. So sneak is agility. I'm gonna have you do this. This feels like a maneuver that Bobby has done before. So normally this would be a difficulty 2. I'm only gonna make this a difficulty 1. You can kind of feel the tension in the air. There's just a little bit of snow falling. The only thing you guys hear right now is Alex growling at this group of scavenger bandits. You hear there's a little bit of crunching as folks shift their weight back and forth between either of their legs. Bobby, Bobby, roll them bones. Roll them bones. See what you get. That is a 16 and an 18. All right. So, really cool teaching moment. Bobby, you have a spendable resource called luck. You can spend 1 luck to reroll 1d20. You can spend 2 luck to reroll 2d20s. Would you like to spend some luck to reattempt that roll?
I'll use one.
Well, reroll 1 die. I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and reroll it.
Okay. I hit roll to assist.
You're just going to go ahead and nope. You're just going to go ahead and click on the ability again. We're just going to take the first die roll.
Okay. Sneaky snake. Oh.
Oh, and it's a
Hey.
success.
Nice.
So we watch as Bobby, you bring your hands up, but as you did so, your hand hit the little clip, and your pinky kind of grabbed the handle of your firearm, and it just kind of fell. And no one seemed to notice. No one seemed to notice as you just brought your hands up. It was a very swift, very elegant action. But I believe you had something else to say, Bobby. Please continue.
I said, well, hold on. And he has his shotgun in his right hand. Not at the grip, but a little bit above where the shells come out.
Okay, I like that.
Don't mean no harm. Just walking through.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talk about this like gentlemen or not.
But Boris is going to be a step forward and probably in front of Alex and Joseph and everybody just calm down. We can all be friends, no?
Alex is still brandishing his sledgehammer quite aggressively.
Oh yeah,
Growling.
he's not like actively calming Joseph and Alex down. He's just pretending to calm them down.
Through the gas masks, you hear the leader say again, "You will put all of your supplies onto the ground. You will walk away with your lives. That is our offer."
This idiot thinks we have supplies. That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, Boris is going to say, why do you think, we're traveling the road? If you thought that we had any supplies, then why do you think that we'd be wandering around in the wilderness? And even if we did have any supplies, then if we gave them to you, then we'd be dead anyway. We're in the middle of Siberia, you fucking idiot. But would like to point out to him that if they would like some supplies, they are welcome to join our little band as we are heading to go and get some supplies.
Two of them on the left look at each other. 2 of them on the right look at the leader. The leader staring down the ghoul. All right, I'd like you to roll a check here, if you'd be so kind. I'd like you to roll a speech check. All right, I'd like you to roll a speech, as it were, and I'd like you to. You're going to use charisma, and difficulty on this is going to be a 3. All right, difficulty is going to be a 3. We haven't gained any action points yet because your rolls haven't been too great, but we're going to get there eventually.
I will give you 2 luck and re-roll. How do I spend additional dice? Hang on.
So to get extra dice, when you go to click, it's going
Yeah.
to ask if you want to add additional dice, and that's if you have action points to spend. Currently, the group has no action points because you have not exceeded. It's very similar to the 2d20 system for Star Trek Adventures in that case.
Or it's like Wrath and Glory for
Wrath
you,
and Glory.
Steve.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
You just re-roll and it just takes the dice is effectively what you have to do.
Okay. I will give you. No, I'll just leave it as that. Actually, you can take the 1 success.
All right, so you say this pretty logical argument to them. You see them kind of looking at each other back and forth. The leader, he takes his mask, and you see him grab onto it. He brings his left hand up, and you hear this. Kts. Brings his right hand, grabbing onto it. Kts. And as he takes it off, you see that his face seems off. His face seems to be missing features that it should. It looks almost artificial in this moment. "Very well then," he says, with this sort of blank, almost pure white kind of facial complexion. As he speaks, his skin doesn't seem to move. He almost seems robotic in this moment. Again, he says, "Very well. We will take you as our prizes." We're going to go into some combat.
I was going to say, I want to immediately just draw without using any actions because I have quick draw and just shoot him straight in the chest.
Love where your mind's at. All right, so what I'm going to have you guys do, is we're going to drop into some combat. First combat of the game. I knew it would happen soon. That's where we're at. That's exactly where we're at. Go ahead and get this going. Okay, we got that.
To be fair, I'm in the game, so, abject violence is just the first thing we're going to do.
That is exactly correct. Okay, so what I need everyone to tell me, if you'd be so kind, is I need everyone to tell me what their character's initiative is, which should be on their character sheet.
You want us to? Oh, it's got to click. Do we want us to click the button or just tell you what it is?
Static number. It's always a static number. Your initiative is the same. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bobby is 16. Perfect. We got Joseph, who is a.
It's a lower number is better, right? Golf rules?
That is not correct.
Not how it works.
Not in this one.
Though. I like your mindset. We
Good
got Boris, which is 12.
Do I
Good.
just
Dog meat goes with Boris. All right, perfect. And then we got our bandits. All right, perfect. So the way that initiative works in this one is that it just goes down the list, okay? Just goes down the list. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down the list. Now, the good news is that these raiders, as it were, these raider scavengers, they are not very fast, all right? Which is probably good for you. They're going on a 13, all right? They're going on a 13. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our main man do his prepared action where he was quick drawing. So we watch as the ghoul quick draws his sidearm and goes to pop this guy. Now, are you specifically aiming for the chest? Did you want to aim for the head? What's the battle plan here?
No, he's going to aim center mass. I have a perk that when you make a ranged attack and you shoot, make a target at the torso, you can shoot without increasing difficulty and may reroll 1d20.
Ooh, that is fantastic. So difficulty of 2 to hit this guy. Normally it would be a difficulty of 3, but it's difficulty of 2. Go ahead and roll that attack, man. Let's see what happens. Excited. Oh, 3 successes! We do officially gain our first bit of action points for the game. We do gain our first bit of action points for the game. So you can go ahead and add that action point to the action point total on your character sheet, Boris. Go ahead and add that up there. Should be to the top middle of the page. And we watch as the firearm, you pull, draw, and shoot this guy in the chest. There is that telltale kind of little popping noise from your little pea shooter as you fire with your pipe revolver. And let's roll some damage. Let's see how much damage you deal this guy. It's right on the thing. There you go. And this is vicious. Okay. Let's see here. So that is
1.
3 damage and piercing 1. So we watch as you fire into this man's chest, and you'd think that as a human being, he would let out a oof kind of noise, or you might hear the ripping and tearing of flesh. But instead what you hear is the kind of scraping of metal. You've shot metal targets back at the Gulag as you're practicing your skills with this firearm. You're a kind of tinging noise when you hit the metal target. You hear an almost similar kind of ringing, this kind of metallic noise, and he doesn't make a sound. He simply just kind of takes the hit, and you see him point, and he says, "Kill them all." But he doesn't get to go first. Joseph gets to go first.
I kind of did have a prepared action.
You did, Bobby.
did.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'm
All
good
right.
with it.
I just wanted to make sure that was in there.
Absolutely.
I'll just kick the gun up into my hand if I can, and
love it.
I also have well, I don't have what he had. I do have quick hands, which doesn't really apply here, but I do have a couple other things that apply. So would I be able to like kick it up in my hand and just fire a center shot? Which one
Absolutely.
did he shoot at?
He shot at the center one.
The center one. How bad is he looking?
It's hard to tell because you're thinking he's not human.
Okay.
He's a goddamn middleman.
Goddamn robot. That's what he is.
Goddamn.
Goddamn robot.
Right.
All right. So hardened pistol. Additional dice. I can't do anything for my resources to add to that.
So you guys currently have 1 action point as a group.
Okay.
Okay. You can spend that action point to give yourself 3 d20. When you go to roll, you would say 1 additional die, and that gives you 1 additional chance to get successes, build up the pool, hit the target, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I can also spend an action point after charging someone to fight them, because it's another major action. You only have 1 major action, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so in order for me to charge and fight someone, I would need an action point. But I don't take penalties because I have Action Boy. It's just a thing to be aware of.
Okay. Would you make a ranged attack with a need 2-handed? No. Yeah, I'll do center mass and concentrated fire. You said you're not tracking ammo,
Not really.
but how? Okay, so how do you want to do that with concentrated fire? Because I can spend ammunition to re-roll dice.
You can
on the
spend
damage.
ammunition up to your weapon's fire ratio to reroll dice.
Fire ratio?
Yep.
Or fire rate?
Fire-
Fire.
Fire rate.
Fire rate. Okay. Didn't know if that was the actual thing.
And it's to
okay.
reroll damage only.
All right. Then yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll aim at that center guy as well, following along with our good buddy there. That is 2
2
successes.
successes, which is a success. That is a hit.
Ooh,
Fantastic.
nice.
I'm gonna have you go ahead and I'm gonna have you roll the damage.
Okay. And then I can re-roll his centered with that, and then I'm doing centered mass without increasing the difficulty, so it's just a flat roll for that. So this is a torso shot. May re-roll 1d20 when you make the test for your attack. Oh, can I attempt to re-roll that d20?
You absolutely may.
Yeah. Want me to just roll the d20 out of the box?
Yeah.
All right. Make that easier.
Oh, it's a crit! Let's go! You actually get 2 action points back as a group. That was a really good shot.
And
Fantastic.
I got bloody mess.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when you inflict a critical hit, roll 1d(c). If you roll an effect, you inflict 1 additional injury to a random location. So that's a d6, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll roll that. A 1.
Oh.
Ooh, right to the dome.
I don't remember what that does.
Oh,
It's to the head.
Well, actually,
that-
I have to roll it on my die.
Oh.
Yep, I rolled the head. All right, fair enough. All right, so yeah, that's extra damage to the head, which does extra damage. Well, roll the damage here because you might take this guy out. It's possible.
All right. So just gonna roll my regular dice. Ooh, 5 physical damage.
Oh my lord. Okay, so
Oh my
imagine,
lord.
if you will, that Boris just quick draws, shoots this guy in the chest. He does nothing. Bobby kips up his gun, fires at the guy's chest, and he does kind of like the Nicaraguan like execution style, where he's like bam, bam, 2 in the chest, 1 in the heart, 1 in the lung, and then pops the guy in the dome. And you see this guy's eyes kind of roll into the back of his head, come completely around, stop. He blinks, and instead of blood coming out of the top of his head, you see sparks. You can see this massive hole in the center of his forehead, and there are just wires and this weird kind of like buzzing, whirling looking mechanisms inside. And he goes kick, 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 boom, and falls over, completely obliterated onto the floor, onto the ground there.
Damn. And with that, he's gonna just like do when it falls over, you just hear the doo 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 like the Wild West thing. He's gonna just reholster the gun, rack a shell, and say, "All right, motherfuckers, I'm gonna give you one last chance. Fuck off."
Kill them all! Kill them all! Kill them all! You just hear them saying "kill them all," and this is like chorus of like robotic voices is what you're hearing, just over and over again.
And robots know not a thing.
All right, next up we have the Raider Scavengers. The Raider Scavengers are going to start making some shoe stings in this moment. They're going to start making some shoe stings, and they're going to start with...
I was going to say, I got skipped in the initiative.
Did you?
Yep.
No, that's not true. You don't get a turn. I don't like you guys. I want to kill you all really early. Just
they took their like prepared.
You're right.
Surprise
Joseph, you're up.
All right. So I see them, doing the kick up, the draw, whatever. Well, Joseph has his plasma rifle on a sling, and he flicks the safety off, and it takes it a second to build up the power. So there's 2 shots, whatever, go off, and he gets it up to power. So he's the one guy falling. So he's going to aim for this poor dumb bastard over here to the left.
Love that.
And he's going to shoot at him. And see, no additional dice.
2 successes.
Two successes, and when
you hit him in the torso.
And then damage, and then whichever is his lowest DR, energy or physical, it does that one.
Perfect.
It does that damage according to the weapon description.
The good news is he has no energy resistance right now, so that goes straight through, burning a hole into this man's torso, and very similar to the other one. You see that it burns a large chunk into kind of his chest just below his rib cage where it should be, but instead of seeing blood and gore, you see wires, you see mechanisms, you see... looks like he's a piece of hardware. That's what you're seeing. And the voice is chorus of just kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them over and over and over again. All right, next up we have, let's hear Joseph went. Then we got the Raider Scavengers. The first Raider Scavenger is going to rush forward towards you, actually, seeing as you just shot him. He's actually going to go ahead and he's going to try to give you little boops. He's going to try to give you boops. He's wielding a nasty-looking machete. And he's going to attempt to go ahead and give you a little slappy slap here. All right. And that's 2 successes, which is a hit. And he is going to deal you a total of... we got 2... take 5 physical damage to your torso. It's unfortunate. He slashes into you, just saying again, kill, 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 kill. This is robotic voice again and again and again.
I'm supposed to have 2 DR on all my things, right?
Because the torso
did,
for everything.
the torso didn't have it on there, so I'm just making sure. So I take
absolutely
three damage.
Yep, 3 damage.
Okay,
You're feeling
gotcha.
all right. You're feeling all right. The next one up here is going to pull out a combat shotgun and is going to go ahead and take a little shoddy shot with his combat shotgun towards our ghoul man, Ghoulmaster Ghoul, as it were. Holy balls! That is 3 successes. That is unfortunate. It's kind of a spray and pray kind of thing here. But he is going to deal you a whopping 6 points of physical damage to your torso as well. Just a bunch of buckshot hits you in the torso. You can subtract your armor off of that, of course, as well. And that's going to be his turn. And then next, the other 2 on the side actually are both going to focus on this giant-ass fucking scary super mutant, is what they're going to do. They see him, they're like, kill big green one, kill big green one, kill big green one. She will need him, experimentation, just over and over again. They're saying that, need the flesh, need the meat, need, just again and again, saying these weird phrases over and over. So I'm going to have them make 2 quick attacks on you with their shotguns. Let's see if they can get lucky again. All right, small guns, submit, first shot, second shot. Ooh, critical failure on the part of one of them. So you watch, Alex, as is tradition, really, for all of your encounters with these weak, tiny little humanoids, as it were. You see one of them shoot. You just hear the pellets go tink, 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 tink off your rusted metallic armor. The other one goes to shoot, and you see as it fires, the shell explodes inside the chamber, and the gun seems to be destroyed. It misfires, and the robotic man shakes his hands. You see little burn marks over his gloves, and he drops the weapon to the ground. At this point, drawing a bladed weapon of some sort in preparation to attack you. Next up, we have Joseph, who already took his action this turn because he had a surprise action. But Dogmeat, his old trusted dog. What is he going to do?
Well, Boris is just going to say, Oh, a dick. And he's going to run at the guy who attacked Boris.
Love that. Absolutely love that. And he does have a character sheet. I gave you a character sheet
does.
for him, dude.
Yeah.
I got you. One success, which unfortunately is not good enough. You do need 2 successes to hit. You need 2 successes to hit. But he looked good doing it. He absolutely looked good doing it. He's barking and growling. Alexander, here's where the hurt comes. Alexander, fill us in. What do you want to do here?
All right. So, are these 2 guys just over to my right? Are they close enough where if I charge them, I can hit both of them with my pain train ability?
Absolutely. They're basically standing right next to each other.
Great. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Love that. Everyone is within close proximity because they're in this game. There are zones. There's like close, medium, and far, like long range.
Yeah.
Everyone's in that close area.
Okay,
What are
so I need
the-
to strength athletics test?
If
with
it's
a
you look at the range of your weapon, certain weapons are better at close range. They start to fall off
Okay.
and they have maximum ranges. For the purposes
Alright.
of our adventure, most things will take place in between medium and close range. It's all going to be
Okay.
very close combat.
Because my plasma gun has the quality of close quarters.
Yep, that's good.
Okay.
Good.
How many action points do we have as a team? 3 still?
3,
Currently
I
have
believe.
3, which is great.
Okay. Since athletics is a tag skill, if I succeed, we get action point from it.
So if you
from
get more
entering?
successes than are required, then you get action points back. So normally to
Okay.
hit melee, difficulty of 2.
Okay. All right. Well. All right. So submit 3 successes.
You have now 4 action points.
Hell yeah! So they take equal to my normal unarmed damage, and both are knocked prone. What is my normal unarmed damage? I couldn't figure that out.
That should be on your character sheet. I've done the math for you. Let me go down here. So melee bonus, you have a 9 strength. Gives you plus 2, 3. And then what's the damage? So you're just charging them. You're not actually hitting with your weapon at this point. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So your normal unarmed melee damage is 2.
Okay, so they both take 2 damage and are knocked prone.
That's very good.
And I'll spend an action point to do another major action to hit the guy with a shotgun on the ground. And since I have Action Boy, I don't take the
Does not
penalty.
increase the difficulty. That is perfect.
So melee weapon. No additional dice. Only 1 success.
But
Do
you
I
only
get
needed 1
bonuses from on the
success because he's
ground?
currently prone.
Hell yeah. So that is. Oh, actually, I think I did that wrong. Alright, whatever. I think we can figure this out. Cool.
That
6
is
physical to
fantastic.
my
You deal
head.
6 physical damage to his left arm. You literally crush. You crush his left arm, and you can see the metallic, carapace, the metal bony-like structure inside. You can see it all crush and bend, and it just breaks off. There's this horrible snapping noise as it snaps off his left arm, and he doesn't scream in pain, doesn't look upset, doesn't cry. It just crushes through it. Oh, also that's
Cool.
8 damage because you have plus 2 because of your high strength, by the way. Just FYI.
Oh, cool.
Pretty good.
I'm not sure. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep. So you seriously messed that guy up. All right. Next up, we're actually going to go back to the top of the round with old Bobby. Old Bobby. Bobby
Oh,
McClay.
Bobby. There's
What
no Bobby.
would you like
Come
to do?
on, Bobby.
Oh, just gonna go ahead and I holstered the gun at the end of my last turn, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the combat shotgun, and I'm gonna just move. Oh dear, can I not move myself?
You
No?
absolutely
How
can
do
move
I-
yourself.
How the heck does? Ah, there we go.
Just try
Just
harder.
go-
Try harder.
Yeah, just
Just
try
be
harder.
better. Just be
I
better.
got, I gotta play better. I'm sorry. I'm
If
gonna
you-
move
Can be better at this
slightly.
game.
Yeah, slightly over here in between
Okay.
them, just walking and aiming at
Sure.
the dude right in front of Joseph there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and unload on him
Give him the boops.
in the boobs. Yes, center
Boops,
mass.
not boops.
Oh,
Different type
Oh.
of game. We're not running the Book of Erotic Fantasies. All right, that's
No?
a different game, different campaign.
oh, okay. All right, that's 3.
I know what to spend my channel points on.
Ooh. Brave nipple hardening.
Dear
There
Wolf
it is.
After Dark.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Ooh. I feel uncomfortable. I feel greasy right now with that one. That's
I
fine.
need an
Oh.
adult. I need an
Oh,
adult.
I don't
Wait,
like it.
I am an adult.
Joke's on you, I am an adult.
Oh my!
I need an adult. You're adult. I love that meme. Anyways, okay, so yeah, center mass. I'm
Okay.
using that.
Okay.
I've got rifleman, so if I hit, I'll have piercing 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Um,
There we go.
yeah, I have piercing 1, vicious 1.
Alright.
I can re-roll stuff. Okay, I think I just need to make a check first before I do anything. Calibrated shotgun. Not gonna
You
spend
have
any-
4 action points. If you want to spend some
Yeah.
action points to get some extra dice, got them. They're there.
3, I used one.
You have
3?
500 action points. No, I don't know.
500.
I generated one and then used one.
Okay, so net 0. Gotcha. Yeah, if everyone's okay with it, I'll just go ahead and use 1 action
Yeah,
point.
use it.
All right. Oh dear.
Yes, that is unfortunate. You do have
I have-
luck.
I do have perks for that though.
Okay, that's good.
In addition, I may reroll 1d20. I'll go ahead and reroll one of the 18s.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
DM's choice, which one it is.
I'm gonna go with the first 18 specifically.
Alright.
That one feels right. I like that one
Okay.
the best. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's a 19. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! So
Whamp,
Bobby,
whamp.
you rush forward. We watch as you rush forward. You bring the shotgun to bear, but you hit this patch of very, very slick ice, and you just kind of slide. And as you pull the trigger, you watch that buckshot just take out a bunch of branches. Some snow falls on top of this raider, but otherwise deals no physical damage to him. But it looks super cool. Almost
I
looks
had-
like it was intentional.
I had 1 success. Does that not do it?
You need 2 successes to hit an enemy.
Okay, hold on. We make a ranged attack. I'm just making sure I don't have anything cool.
The only option you have right now is to spend another luck to reroll the other 18.
All right, yeah, I'll do that.
I like that.
Fuck it. You only live once.
We're gonna keep that you hit the branch, but if you do well enough, then the branch will fall on the guy.
Hey.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right. So you hit the branch, right? But this is a big ass branch. It's like almost like a big old log, and you hear this cracking noise, and then it falls down. Go ahead and roll damage, as it's gonna strike
Okay.
this guy.
All
Or,
right.
if I may, he hits the branch and all of the ice and icicles from this branch fall off
Love
and
it.
hit this guy.
Love that. Absolutely
And
love
the
that.
branch.
And the
Because
branch.
Everything.
So I
Basically,
can
the whole
do
tree
a-
falls on him.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
I'm gonna give you
Alright.
vicious 2 on this. All right.
Okay,
Vicious
already
2.
had vicious 1.
Okay, that's fantastic. So that is going to be, let's see, that's good. 6, that'll be 8 damage. So we watch as you
Well,
blast this tree. All
Well,
right.
hold on. I can re-roll by using ammunition.
Don't do it. We're
Don't
gonna
do it?
blast this tree. You killed the guy. All right. You blast
Oh.
this tree. The branch breaks. Icicle pierces him in the shoulder. Other icicle takes him in the side, like in the top of the head. He starts buzzing and whirling. Goes to bring his machete up, like he's gonna throw it at you, and then the branch just like falls down and crushes him, and you just hear this kill, and he just goes away, and he's just dead. Super dead guy. That's fantastic. That was failing forward, and I loved it, Bobby.
Yes.
Absolutely loved it. Speaking of loved it, Joseph, you are a badass Russian ex-soldier. Fill us in.
So, because we didn't cover it, the action economy in this. I know there's major actions, minor actions.
You
What's
get
the
1 major action, 1 minor action every single turn.
Okay.
All right. You
Okay,
can spend
so-
action points to get an additional. It's 2 action points to get an additional action in a turn, unless you have,
Okay.
I believe, Action Boy. But yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh.
So I have awareness, which allows me to take the aim minor action within close range, which I am. And the next attack I make against him ups my piercing by 1. So I can aim minor and then attack as a major, correct?
Love it. That is absolutely
right.
correct.
Then we're doing that with some plasma.
So you're aiming, which reduces the difficulty by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Actually, this doesn't even have piercing one, so it'll give it piercing one, which is nice. All right, let's see if we can hit this guy.
I believe. That
Two
is
successes.
That is 2 successes. Difficulty was only 1 because you aimed, and that is going to mean that you get an extra action point back, which is fantastic.
Nice.
Very good. And go ahead and roll some damage.
Let's roll some damage.
Not
4.
bad.
I'm assuming energy, and
Yes,
then
you
piercing
can
1.
spend ammo. You can spend 1 ammo to reroll up to 3 damage dice.
Let's we'll re-roll the
And
damage
click
to
on
see if
roll
we can get a
additional
higher.
combat dice.
Okay,
You're gonna pick
and
3.
then I'm up to 1 because it's only a fire rate of 1.
There it is. Well, you can
So-
spend 1 ammo, but the 1 ammo allows you to roll up to 3.
How about
damage.
11 energy damage?
Holy fuckballs. All right, so here's where we're at. Okay, I just want to throw this out here. Holy crap. We watch as you bring the plasma rifle around. You see it charge. It starts to sputter. You hit the side of it, and then it seems to stop sputtering and start to overcharge. And there's just this... And you see this dog going... And then it's just... And just ash. Just ash where that guy was standing. Just complete ash. Falls to the ground. Little dust. The dog goes...
Torso's gone, and then like torso's gone, legs fall over, then the head just goes.
Boop. And you watch the dog look at it. And you know that thing dogs do where they're confused and their tongues hang out on the side of their mouth, and it looks over back at you and goes... And just starts panting at you, and it looks super happy about what you just did. Speaking of that, there are only 2 of them left. The one that just got hit goes to grab its shotgun, but the shotgun was in the arm that you crushed, Alex, and the shotgun's currently broken. So instead it grabs a machete and goes to try to slash at you. Tries to slash at your kneecap. It's going for the knees. Get him in the knees! Go for the knees. So it goes to slash, still again saying this kill, 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 again and again and again and again. However, we're going to see how well it does here. We're going to see how well. In fact, I get, occasionally, I have some action points that I can spend. I'm going to spend 1. Give him 3 dice. He gets 2 successes, which is what he needed.
hit.
He needed 2 successes. So he swings, slashing at your little legs there. Slashing at your little legs there. I'm going to go ahead and roll my custom challenge dice. Be 4 of them. That is 2. You take 2 damage to your knee. You have
Okay.
actually hold on. Right, it's your right leg. Takes it to your right leg.
My DR is only 4.
Okay, so you hear this scraping noise. You hear this scraping noise, and there's some sparks that fly off of it, and just kill, kill, kill for the queen, kill, kill, kill. She must have, kill, 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 and it's just scraping noise. But that's all he gets. The other one gets up and starts to try to move away, actually. It starts to move away down the road. So he takes a minor action to get up. Major action he uses to start to run down the road. And it's just very Forrest Gump, almost like mechanical kind of like tink, 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 like the T1, what is it, T1000 or T4000?
Yeah, the Terminator.
T1000. It's the Terminator run. He starts just running down the frozen road in front of you, and you just hear this like crunch, 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 tink, 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 as he's running down the road.
So since I've never played this system, is there an attack of opportunity or no?
There's not.
Okay, just wanted to confirm. That's good to know.
Yes. It is. Next up, Joseph.
Wait, do we have 2 Josephs?
No, I think it's just weirdly named in the initiative sequence.
Okay.
Wait, why
Yeah,
are you named Joseph?
Yeah,
No
no
idea.
Boris.
You should be Boris.
Should
That
be
was weird.
Boris.
That was weird. I don't know. We fixed it. Again, super professional game master streamer over here, just doing God's work.
Yeah,
Always
that's a
have been.
roll 20
Always
thing.
will be.
That's
I mean,
absolutely-
just roll 20 jank.
Being
Yeah.
weird.
Yes.
Being weird. I
So
don't know why I did that.
I'm gonna opt for Sabatka to go first,
Ooh.
rather than me, and he is gonna charge after the running away man
Love that.
and try and grab him.
Okay.
Okay.
You do have action points. All right. You do have some action points. I'm just going to move them over here just for cinematic effect. You have some action points. Would you like to spend some, Boris, to give Dogmeat a better chance of getting this guy?
Most definitely.
I love where your mind's at. How many would you like to
I
spend?
think I think a couple of action
Question.
points.
Is there any type of trip action or any sort of that?
You know what? We can make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna see what dog meat does here. We're gonna see what old doggy dog.
It's 1 action point for 1 dice, and
Yeah.
and 2 action points for additional
No,
2.
so it's one. So it's for however many extra dice you want.
It's 1-to-1.
It's it's 1 for 1. It's 3 for 2, and it's
Okay. I got you.
6 for 3. So
Okay.
whatever the
Gotcha.
number of the extra dice you want to do, that's how many more action points you have to spend. You have to go from 1 to 2, you have to spend 2. To go from 2 to 3, you now have to spend an extra 3. So it's 1 to 1, 2 is 2 extra points, and then 3 is 3 extra points for a total of 6. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm just going to spend the 1 then.
I love it. Doggy,
Ooh.
no! He's like, and this T1000 is just hoofing it. Just tink, 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 tink. And Doggo's just like, and kind of starts to slip a little bit on the ice and seems a little confused. And then does not the happy tongue out of the side of the mouth, but the sad tongue out of the side of the mouth thing and looks back at Boris and looks very disappointed in himself in this moment, unfortunately.
Okay.
Now, Boris, you do have luck points. You do have luck points. Would you like to spend some luck points on dog meat? On your old little doggo? Just let it happen.
No,
Still your turn.
Sabaka's just going to keep going. He's just trying to chase him down.
I love that.
But Boris will try and shoot him in the back as he's running away.
Dog meat might have got distracted by a radioactive squirrel. That is true, TNX.
That is
Could have
very
happened.
true.
Very true.
He is very distractible.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Best dog ever.
Okay, so I'm going to use minor action aim center mass.
Yes.
And I'm
Do it
also going
up.
to spend another additional dice if
I
that's
love that.
okay with
Now,
everybody.
in this moment, okay, he is currently at medium range. All right. So difficulty to go up by 1. But it's a difficulty of 3 to hit him right now. Normally a 2, right?
Mhm.
But it's not increasing for your targeting, which is good. That is 5 successes. Holy crap-tastic.
Nice.
So you get 2 action points back, and Boris, I'm just leaving you up to track the action points if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Keeps things simple for everybody. Really appreciate that, my friend. This was your one shot. This is your one shot, my man. So you gotta take on some responsibility. And you watch as this blast just strikes him dead center, right where the spine would be. Roll some damage on that. Love that.
So I spend ammo to put additional dice on the line.
Yes, you do. So for every ammo you spend up to the maximum of your gun's fire rate, you get an additional 2 damage dice.
I shall put the maximum amount in there.
Only
Oof.
2 damage. It's only 2 damage. It's unfortunate. Now you can spend ammo to re-roll, 1 ammo to re-roll up to 3 challenge dice if you so choose.
I shall re-roll all 3 of those.
I like
Take
that.
the first 3
Okay.
out of this.
Put up.
There we go.
All right, so it's a total of 4 damage. So we watch as you fire.
Also, +1 additional per effect, which I'm pretty sure the Pip-Boy pictures are effects.
That is correct.
Mhm.
That is correct.
So
Yes.
it's-
So
Yeah.
good news is that is 1, 2, 3.
4, 5.
So that's
Seven
actually not
plus
bad.
one.
That's 7
7
points of
damage.
damage. So you strike him in the center chest. Now here's the cool thing. You've dealt enough damage. If you deal a 5 damage to one particular area, okay, you actually end up doing a critical hit. So you've done a critical hit to the center chest. What's cool is that appears to have taken out some of his, like, directional servo motors, and you see him Terminator run and start to careen left, keep running, and smack face first into a tree, and then just do this face plant thing where his arms go out in front of him, and you just hear this, like, sickening kind of, like, scraping noise, and then he just plops down. Dogmeat is right on top of him, and he's just growling, and the thing is just doing this, like, weird, like, twitching, buzzing thing in this moment. Weird twitching, buzzing thing. All right, next up we have Alexander.
And then, Boris is going to be like, "Yeah, you got him, Sabaka. You got him."
Yeah. Says Sirbatka. He's super excited. Alex, there is a weird-looking metallic man at your feet who tried to scrape off the ice on your armor and didn't do a very good job of it.
Yeah. Well, let's start with a sledgehammer because it's my best argument. I don't think I'll spend any action points. How many action points do we have?
5.
5? Never mind. I'll spend an action point.
Here's something very important. Will you allow me to name your sledgehammer? I'd like to name it Closing Words.
Closing arguments. There it is. Oh, you gave that action point right. Actually, you get 2 action points because he's still on the ground. So you're currently capped out at 6, which is fantastic. Holy crap.
We're capped out at 7 because I have inspirational.
Oh my god, you're capped out at 7. Let's go. You guys are out of control. Oh my god. Oh, I'm going to roll to see where you hit him. It's the right arm. But I want to imagine here that you, like, crush him. And as you crush him, the arm doesn't break, and you drive that sledgehammer into the ground, and you literally watch as the dirt and the earth and, like, the frozen ground starts to kind of consume half of him as you plunge him into the ground, and he just kind of crushes himself on the sledgehammer. We watch as you pull it back. There's a little bit of metal on it. You kind of got to shake it for a moment, and there's this like squishing noise as it like falls off. There's a bit of this weird kind of like grayish fluid.
I scrape it off on a tree.
Yeah, it's scrape. But with that in mind, the combat seems to be over. And as the sounds of the battle diminish, the weird kill for the queen sort of chants all fade away as well. You are left with the sound of the wind blowing through this frozen wasteland and a beeping noise. Just a boop, 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 coming from the one that hit the tree that Boris is currently standing next to him. Dogmeat, the doggo. Sir, what was his name again, Boris? Forgive me.
Sabatka. Which I think is dog in Russian,
okay,
but I'm not certain.
I like that. I'm going to change his name.
Look, I'll see. Let's see. Is she still watching? Yeah, I'm sure my fiance will chime in here in a second and tell us whether it's correct.
So Sabatka is next to and is wagging his tail, and it seems to be like trying to put his nose into this person, this creature, this metal man's jacket, and you can see he's like struggling to pull something out. It appears to be this sort of device that's making this boop, boop, kind of noise.
Boris is gonna run over and be like, "What do you define, boy?"
Would I know what that noise is?
So, Bobby, what's interesting, is that you don't remember a lot about where you came from, right? You're an American, you showed up here. At some point, you just came wandering out of the wastes. They decided that you looked kind of cool and didn't, you weren't too ghoulish. They only let one ghoul inside of the gulag. It's just a house rule that they have.
Well, I was already there.
You were already there.
Well,
so they just let you
it is a
stay.
Gulag.
Yeah, it's a ghoul log, as it were.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, that's good. I hate it.
Okay, hey. I have confirmation. Sabaka does indeed mean dog.
Let's go! We did it! Yay!
Yeah.
Everybody, you know what? Everybody can
One
have
shot successful. We're good. Let's back
everybody
it in.
can have 1 luck back to a maximum
Yay.
for your maximum luck. There you go. I love it. All right. And for that delightful joke and the fact that we didn't totally screw up Russian. With that being said, Bobby, that noise, that it reminds you of something. And as you are perhaps walking towards it, your head starts to throb. It starts to kind of pound, and you start to feel very itchy all over. And if you've ever been in the hospital, or if you've ever had like an IV drip or anything like that, if you've ever gotten a shot in your life, which I'm sure you have, you start to feel these kind of itchy pins and needles all over you. And you begin to feel very, very claustrophobic. You start to feel like you're trapped in a tube, like you're being crushed, like you cannot catch your breath. to the others. You can see Bobby, even though he's wearing this very thick jacket, you can see that he's starting to kind of lose some color in his face. He's starting to get pale, and he just seems to be kind of panicking. He's having a little bit of a panic attack here. Bobby, you are remembering this noise, and it is filling you with just dread and just anticipation, but this sort of like anticipation of this like incoming like pain it's going to be coming, and it's just making you feel really, really uncomfortable. Boris, as you reach down and grab this device, what you find is what appears to be a little kind of data-like pad, almost like a little iPad. On it, you can see that there is what appear to be, it's like a little map, kind of looks like Fallout Siberia Google Maps, as it were. Okay, we're gonna call it Institute Maps. Hashtag no spoilers, right? We see this, okay? Christmas must be a nightmare for him. I hate it. I hate it so much. Or you're funny, Mr. 92. But anyway, but you see this map, and there is a ping right along the road, if you can assume that it is. It kind of looks like the area you're in. And then there is another ping, appears to be about 3 kilometers from your present location. And it's like there's a signal coming from that ping. You're not sure what's there, but it appears that there's a signal coming from you guys. There's a signal coming from that other location.
Can Alexander is gonna walk up to it, go robot, and then like take the thing that Boris is holding, and can I use science to try and fiddle with it to get more information out of it?
I love that you have science. You absolutely can use. That's so good.
Science.
I love that so much. I don't know if you understand how much I love that. That is absolutely fantastic.
Well, I'm gonna
So
borrow,
yes, you would use science to
borrow
do
a
that.
dice, by the way. I'm gonna use an action point to get an additional dice.
That's perfect.
Well, we're maxed out anyway.
Difficulty on this is going to be a 3 in this moment. It's going to be a 3.
Okay, I'll spend 2 luck points to reroll 2d20. Why
I
not?
like that. You've got them. Might as well use them.
Yeah.
Wow.
After this, I got something I want to do.
I love it.
Up. 5,
yeah.
6. So 9 and 10. So that's 3 successes.
Let's see. Oh, you did roll 225 and 6. That is 3 successes. So, Alex, you've dealt with one of these before. You remember this. You were built in the lab. It's been a weird life that you've lived. You did this. This is literally a global tracking device. It's a GPS, and it appears to be locked onto 2 individual targets, 2 locations. One of them is a location that is called Zetan. Okay, you're not sure what that means, but it's called Zetan. And the other one is called Subject 426.
And how
you
how
motherfucker.
granular can I get? Like, is it like a function?
You can get pretty granular. You can get to where it looks like you can see, like, if you were all standing on the road, like, what's what. And as you maybe, like, zoom in and you figure, okay, I'm standing here, you turn around, and yeah, that little ping's coming from a certain American that might be standing next to you.
Yeah, so
Go
Alex-
fuck yourself, Darewolf. God damn it.
Alex is gonna, he's with his giant super mutant hands, not saying a word to anybody, just hitting this thing like he's trying to beat information out of it.
It's working.
He looks over he looks over at Bobby and goes, ugh. And then he looks over and then gets more information, down to Zeton, and it looks like a building, I assume.
So it looks like there is a shack in the middle of like an open plain, an open field. And based on the data there, it appears that there is likely a large underground bunker of some sort underneath.
Yeah, so and he's gonna when he's done interrogating this thing for information, he crushes it in his hand, drops it on the ground, and says, "Go this way, follow."
So, as that's going on, I would like to have Yosef effectively grab Bobby by like his collar and try and drag him away
I
from
would-
whatever's making noise.
I would say I don't think Alexander here told any of us what happened.
He did not. He specifically did not, which is fantastic.
So
Absolutely fantastic.
Volo.
So you
And he
are
just-
still having this kind of panic attack, Bobby, in this moment. It just feels
Yep.
you just feel very nervous. You feel very uncomfortable. You feel like your whole world is kind of starting to crash down around you. And you feel this very firm, strong hand on the back of your neck or your shoulder. And you can just kind of barely make out through these blurry eyes that are sort of almost filled with tears because you're just imagining this incoming pain that fills you with dread. See, Jordan, what specifically are you going to do?
Well, he's Yoster's gonna grab him, and, like spin him around, and try and hey, get it together, American. Now is not the time for daydreams. Just trying to shake him out of it. He sees he's in he's seen people go into shock or have a panic attack before. He knows he's seen that in, trainees or, the fucking new guys, in a unit or something. So he's just trying to snap him out of it and bring him back to reality because, there could be more shit on the way. We don't know. So, he's without actually slapping him hard. He's trying to shake him out of it in mostly non-violent way.
A friendly shaking, as it were.
Yeah.
Friendly shaking. I like that. That.
I think Boris would be like, yes, mutant found queen. We kill queen once, we do it again.
Bobby is admittedly, freaked out, and he's like, as soon as you go to grab him, he's gonna kind of just get room and be like, ooh, yeah, no, I mean, I'm fine. I'm good. Yep, everything's fine. Yep.
You do not have to play big tough man out in Siberian wastes. Everyone who is here is big and tough. You don't have to pretend. That clearly fucks with you. I know the difference. I've seen it before. It's all right. It happens. He looks around. He looks around at the others. Mostly human.
What? No, I'm yep, human. That's what I am.
Follow.
Yeah, let's go that way. And he just starts booking it.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
I mean, I guess follow
when
too. We got no better direction.
Yeah, when you speed walk past Alexander puts his big hand on your shoulder, and he looks down at you, and he'd physically stopping you from moving, goes, ugh, and then he'll release you.
Okay.
Like it.
Yep.
Like it.
And then we go to his point to Zetan.
As you were walking towards the direction of this Zetan, where you're walking, and it was only a couple kilometers away. The open wasteland, there's, trees here and there, all of them frozen solid. There's a couple of, kind of these Christmassy looking trees. You can see little green, bits of green here and there. You see the occasional three-headed, squirrel running around, screeching at you. But other than that, it's a relatively uneventful creation you're walking through. But as you get closer and closer to the suspected location of this shack, as it were, who would be out front? Who would be out in the front?
It would be Alexander. He's the one.
Else.
Yeah, he's the one in this
leading.
direction.
And literally no one else knows where we're going.
Yeah.
Can I just say, when you said squirrel screaming, I was just immediately thought of that video of the squirrel where they put that, hey, just a three-headed squirrel just yelling like that. It's fucking funny.
Hi.
So as you continue walking, you eventually come to this kind of dip where it starts, this little valley starts to kind of dip down a little bit. And at the end of this valley, you see none other than a large shack of some sort that appears to be in disturbingly pristine condition in this moment. Disturbingly pristine condition. It looks like it's in very, very good shape. What is very interesting, Bobby, if you would give me a moment here, you see a man who is sitting on a fallen over tree. He doesn't look like he's from here. He looks like he's a little lost, a little confused. you can see in his right hand he is holding a black leather-bound book, and there is a golden cross that seems to have been emblazoned into it, and you can hear him muttering to himself, well, this isn't quite what I expected when I said we would follow him, but I find myself a bit confused in this situation, and where are the others? I appear to be not where I'm supposed to be, Lord, and I do again ask for your guidance in this moment, but it appears you have chosen to remain silent. He just starts to kind of go on in this kind of this Texas Southern accent kind of thing is what you're hearing.
Alexander's gonna walk up, like not even stealthily, but just walk straight up to him and go, "Ugh, robots."
Well, I dare say, good sir, I am no robot. I am a member of the Texas Federation Guards, as it were, and it appears that I have taken a step through some sort of teleportation device and ended up in a frozen wasteland. I presume this is Nevada, northern Colorado, one of the other territories, but I must make my way back south and report to my superiors, good sir.
Cold,
Cold what?
cold.
It's cold
And
here.
he
Yeah.
just pokes him in the chest. Cold.
Yes, it's rather freezing in these parts. Dare I say myself?
I think Boris would, and with Spock sort of at his heel, would walk forward and say, "You are very long way from home, American. We already have one American. We have not much space for more."
What do you mean, very far from home? I'm sorry, I seem to be a bit confused as to what you mean, very far from home. I mean, we did step through we were following Ivan. Ivan is who we were following, but
Oh, you
Ivan
know
appears
Ivan.
to have gone off somewhere else, and I'm not sure where he is. I was just sitting here
Ivan
waiting
is already
for...
at home. He is in Gulag.
Wait, Ivan's with you?
Yes, Ivan. He is in drinking tavern.
That is,
Ivan's been in drinking tavern many years.
many...
Where do you think you are, holy man?
Well, the thing is that, you see, I was waiting for a compatriot of mine, and I think from across the way, off to the left-hand side, you hear this. Well, say, don't dang over there, same, don't down, same, that's fucking cool.
Boomhauer, is that you?
Don't. And you see a man. Wearing a red baseball cap of sorts. He comes like stumbling out of like a snowdrift and just comes like wandering towards all of you. He's like, I was over there talking about that. I found the gulag over there, saying I'm gonna go over there and said Ivan saying them saying go.
To be fair, to be fair.
To be fair,
Alexander
As I
points-
was saying to my new friends here, good sir, Renault, this is my compatriot Renault. My name is, of course, Dr. Hiram, Dr. Lubbock, both priest and member of TUFOT, the Federation, glorious Federation of Texas, as it were. And, well, I don't really know who these folks are. Well, I'm saying I'm going over there. I'm saying, fuck those guys. I'm saying I'm going to get back to them there and find him out. And he just goes back and forth. And they seem to start having a conversation between the two of them that doesn't really take into consideration anything that you're saying.
Alexander is nodding along with their conversation.
Yeah, Joseph will speak up. It's like, hello, hey, yes, sorry to interrupt your
What?
married a couple argument, whatever. Where do you think you are? Like-
North Dakota, something like that. They're saying.
No, you are in Siberian wilderness. comrade. Why do you think there are so many people speaking Russian?
Wait. No? Russian.
Yes,
It's
why do you think
over.
everyone is named Ivan, Yosef, Dmitri? We all speak Russian. It's cold as shit,
What's
Boris.
interesting in this moment is that as soon as you mention to them that you're speaking in Russian, and all of them, the two of them have been both mumbling and speaking in Russian fluently, they look at each other and they both look very concerned. Well, that is a
Robot.
disconcerting situation. As far as
You-
I can tell, I'm speaking in perfect, glorious, God-fearing English.
You
you're
have and
saying
you
that
have
I'm
no idea how
speaking
you
in
got here.
Russian, is that correct?
Well, I'm saying there's lots of people around here
Duh.
that speak Russian. Do you have any memory of how you got here? Because we have another American. He points at Bobby. He's like, he doesn't know how he got here either. Well, we're running into a lot of Americans, it seems, in Russia, which is odd.
The man you've been talking to freezes in place, just stops. Like he's mid-thought, his arm freezes, hand clenching the Bible freezes, and he stops moving. The other guy goes, "Oh, boy, I'm saying, I'm freezing up over there and saying what's in it." He also freezes in place.
So just like someone hit a pause button.
Correct.
Alexander looks at Bobby just to see if he freezes in place.
Bobby looks however Bobby wants to look.
Bobby doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, on the walk here, can I clarify a few things?
Sure.
Yes.
Do I know what Alexander knows? Or
Don't. You just have
No.
weird flashbacks and nervousness.
Okay. Can I like check myself over? Do I feel okay?
Feel
Like,
normal. You feel like yourself. You're warm to the
Okay.
touch. You got a heartbeat. You feel normal.
Okay. All right. Just a little bit weird. All right.
Some Terminator Genesis shit's going on.
I love
Yeah.
the fact that Alexander's the only one who knows.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
perfect.
amazing.
Look, he knows. No
Um,
one else needs to know. That's how it works. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, Bobby's, a little bit, calmed down by now and just kind of.
I like to imagine this is not the first time too that because I said that Yosef and Alexander have worked together before just because they kind of mesh, they don't get on each other's nerves. He's like, people probably trust Alexander enough to know, he's got a good sense of direction. This is probably not the first time that he's just like, okay, we go this way. And was like, well, fuck it. Got no better idea. I guess we're going this way.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I've
but-
prepared a few things before. Could I like look at them?
You absolutely could look at this person.
All right. Do that. Start with the guy
And-
with the Bible in his hand.
and they're like completely frozen, no blinking,
Nothing.
no breathing.
Nothing.
Are they nothing? Okay.
So repair, science. What am I
You can
doing?
do
here?
a repair or science. Repair, we're going to start with science to try and figure out what's going on. And then
Okay.
repair if there's something to repair.
Can I roll to assist him with science?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I think once he rolls, I can click the roll to assist button,
You
I
absolutely
believe.
can.
Okay, because I have a 4 in science.
Yeah.
Right.
So- and
Alexander's
the-
Alexander's plan is to just walk up to the door and just wait for everyone to be done with whatever they're doing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that.
This is probably not going to go any good. Yep.
Oof.
All right.
Oof.
So what you know is that it's cold and that this person is not moving.
Yep.
Okay. Instead of assisting, can I roll my own science?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. There's one. I'm gonna spend luck and re-roll to 15. Can I do that?
Absolutely you can.
All right. So let's see
Absolutely you
what we got. Okay, dokey, that's 2 successes.
That's very good. That is very good. So what you realize, Jordan, as you walk up, you start to look the person over. You notice that on the nape of this person's neck, there appears to be a tiny little kind of indentation, as though there's maybe something you could push in, like a device you could push it and it pops out. And perhaps your hand travels to it and you push it, and this little kind of like slide comes out. There's a bunch of little wires and some buttons and things like that. And as you begin to analyze this, you hear a voice. Alexander, you've been walking over towards the entrance of this cabin. Cabin door opens, and out steps a man with a very big iron on his hip. And he says,
I
"Hi,
got it on
partners.
his hip.
Seems we've got some new guests here for our good queen's lodgings. Are you here for entertainment? Or are you here for something different?"
Honestly, we're just confused as fuck. We keep running into Americans in Russia, and it's weird.
It's been a weird situation for us as well, my friend. It's been a weird situation for us as well.
Robots.
But
Can
I'll
I, like-
rephrase my question again, as I can see you have one of my compatriots amongst your numbers. And he motions kind of just generally in your direction, doesn't really motion at anyone. Are you here for entertainment, for education, or something different?
I would have, I was to say, kind of lean over to Alexander and be like, how close do you think we are to place that we were supposed to be going? It's this.
And he just points at the cabin and goes, "Ugh."
Oh shit. Okay. So he'll shout back. He'll look around. Everybody's like, entertainment, I guess. We got really nothing better to do.
Well,
Just
that's fantastic. I'll make sure that the
confused.
bartender knows to expect you. Why don't you boys come on in, kick off them snow-covered boots, and we'll make sure you all get taken care of. The ladies are quite ready to receive you.
Alexander never stopped walking the entire time and just like stands with his giant green chest in this guy's face
Mhm.
and looks down and goes, "Ugh,"
We'll
and
even-
pushes past him.
We've
to
even
the
got
door.
some big. Oh, excuse me, sir. We've even got some big ladies for you too. Don't you worry.
So has Bobby walked off yet? Is he still standing there with us?
I'm just kind of like I'm still standing there. I wanted to like look at the guy that just walked out with the big iron on his hip. As the song plays in the background.
Yes.
And does I mean like does he look like my flavor of American? Like
You
he
know
looks
what?
Texan, but what
You-
kind of Texan?
You know what? He looks like South Texas.
Texan? All right.
So he's like stereotypical, I mean, ranger looking guy, right?
Bingo. He's got a duster. He's got big old 6-shooter on his hip.
Yeah.
Just typical.
All right.
Versus Bobby strikes me as more of a maybe a Kentucky or like a maybe Middle Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi kind of guy.
Yeah. Big old trucks and mud flaps.
Definitely.
Speaking
Tennessee.
speaking of somebody who born and raised in North Alabama, well, let me tell you what, I can tell I know a Southern man when I see him.
Can you speak Tennessean? Because
Can I speak Tennessean? I
yeah,
mean,
man, I
yeah, all you
tried.
have to do is scream at traffic because that's what the only season they have year round. So they do that and you're speaking fluent
No.
Tennessean.
Oh, yeah.
I look, I lived
Oh,
in I lived in Memphis. I know, I'm qualified. I mean, Yosef wants to kind of like, if Boris goes to stop, he wants to like, put a hand on his, he's just like, I do not know what is going on here, but it is fucked and I do not like it. Eyes, head on swivel. Just, if you
Boris
see
is gonna,
something, let me know.
Boris is gonna lean in and say, "I do not like people that ally with Queen. We got rid of Queen. Why they bring Queen back?"
I don't know what this queen is, but if it's responsible for all this fuckery, I don't trust it either. So he's trying to do that like just so that Boris can hear, and then he'll move on towards the cabin.
As you all get close to the cabin, you hear a well. That was saying, "Don't go find go find him over there, Yvonne." And saying, "Well, that's right, my friend. We should go and search for our compatriot." And what you realize as you're getting downstairs is it appears these two people, robots, whatever they are having the same conversation over and over and over, and it never stops. It's the
Some
same
Westworld
conversation.
shit. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like
Just
it. But,
tiny little bit of flavor.
yeah.
Sabatka is carrying like the biggest stick that they, when dogs like pick up a
Oh, yeah.
branch that is like
Yes.
way too big. He's like dragging this thing.
I love that.
He goes through the door
Absolutely.
sideways to get the
I love
stick
that.
through the door.
Absolutely adore that.
So if he sees these other guys do it like repeatedly, he says, "What is this, Bubby? Is this what you call Chuck E. Cheese?" I have heard somebody mention with the stupid animatronics. Look, if there is a robotic mouse, I'm going to lose my shit.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Love
I
it.
don't know. I mean,
We
they
watch
do this
as,
kind of weird.
Serbatka, we watch as he gets to the door and tries to go through, but then hits it a couple times. And then,
He's
like,
dragging that branch that fell on the dude, and he's
He
been
just-
dragging it for 3 kilometers.
He just
Yeah.
looks really disappointed, and then like eventually he just gives up. But he like longingly looks back over his shoulder at the stick.
No, I go back and break some branches off so he can get it just the right size. So he
Super
can get it
excited,
through.
and he absolutely brings it inside. Absolutely.
Yeah.
As you enter into the shack itself, you instantaneously realize that the exterior does not match the interior. The interior are these smooth, white, pristine walls, and there is a single wide stairway that leads down underground. So imagine just like white medical rooms, just completely just closed off, and just leads straight down. And yes, that is a map from that. You absolutely got it. It was blue and it matched the aesthetics, so I stole it. There you go. But as you get inside, you see there are no people, but there are cameras at every corner. And as you go in, you watch as these cameras slowly turn and seem to watch your approach.
Alexander mean mugs one of the cameras.
Camera looks uncomfortable and slowly turns away from him.
But it does like the
Um,
side look like it tries to take a peek. Like, well,
It does.
Okay,
As
so
you walk down the stairs, you go down 10 stairs, 15 stairs. It's a steady 45-degree angle decline into the earth. And eventually you come to a large vault-like door. Unlike the standard vault doors you may have seen in some of the games, this one is painted white, pristine, looks like it's been recently polished. It's almost glistening. And instead of a number, it has a name on it. It has words. It says, "The Siberian Inn." Exactly what it says. There's a little data pad, little computer to the left-hand side. It has a little blinking green little box there. A little like if someone's getting ready to type, like cursor thing. And you can hear a and it says, "Welcome. Please state your names."
Boris will walk up to the thing first. Say, "I am Boris. I am also tavern keep."
You watch as it goes with it's in with two ends, TNX. It's in with two ends, just to answer your
also,
question.
you didn't play a sound effect there, right?
No.
I heard someone's phone go off when you said it makes a little bzz, and then the phone, somebody's phone.
That was me making that noise.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
my
Maybe.
phone also went off. That might
Maybe it
have
was
been
his
it.
phone.
That's
perfect
it.
timing,
It was
man. That
the
perfect.
timing was perfect.
Perfect timing.
It,
I
was-
love
it
that.
was Reddit.
Okay. Of
That's
course it
perfect.
was Reddit.
So yes. So we watch as you speak into it, and the exact thing you said goes, "I am Boris, I'm also Tavern Keep." And then you see it erase "I am Tavern Keep," and it just keeps "I am Boris." Next patient, please.
Alex just goes, "Ugh."
"I am bleh," and it spells it out bleh. Next patient, please. Next patient, please. Next patient, please.
Bobby, Bobby's gonna kind of like smooth his way through. Like he's trying not to mess with this machine right now. It's like, is that enough for today? Is there any possibility of me like
Alexander walks behind Bobby, picks him up with both hands, so he's off the floor, and puts him in front of the door. Ugh.
Next patient, please.
oh,
His name is Biggest Dickus.
Biggest Dickus registered. Next patient, please.
Oh God.
Yeah, Yosef was
Boris
just
is
looking
gonna-
at Boris. Was just come on, just get a
Yes.
At the last next patient, please. Boris is going to look down at Sabatka and go, "Sabatka, this is you." And
Canines
Sabatka
not allowed
barks.
inside of facility.
When we leave, if Sabatka not allowed in, I not go in.
No
Dog
rules
follow.
change. Canines allowed inside of facility.
See, Sabatka, they like you. Everybody likes Sabatka. And he wags his tail, and the little stick is going all flapping as
Oh,
he's
yeah,
wagging his
loves it.
tail.
Loves it. The last
Good.
person, Jordan. You give your name.
Oh, I already did. I already said
you did.
Yosef, and it accepted it. That was
All
like
right.
the second one.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, that's right. That's right. Perfect.
We're waiting on Bobby, right?
So no,
Or did
Bobby
he get
said
moved?
Bobby said his name was Sir Biggest Dickus, is
Oh,
what I
well.
caught here. Yeah. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
watch as there is this. We listen as there's this like large grinding noise. There's this dun, 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 and you hear this this kind of like gush of air, this rush of air. We watch as the large gear-like door is pulled back, slowly starts to rotate to the right away from you.
So it opens like other vault doors. It's just not painted or designed to like one looking like
Exactly.
one. Okay.
It's all written in Russian. But as you guys look inside, you see a long, unlit corridor that seems to go on into nothingness. A few moments later, there is this as these lights start to come to life. It's like a you see this long hallway, and again, all of the walls are just perfectly white. You see nothing else inside here other than just a long hallway that appears to end in another room.
How bright are
As
these
soon as the
lights?
lights pop on, Alexander like stands in front of the hall and goes, "Drama."
How bright are these lights? Are they just like
Very,
standard fluorescence, or is
very,
it just
very
like
like
it's
LED
like it?
bright.
So it's like it's a polished floor with bright ass LED, and I'm just like, this is worse than the fucking snow.
It's absolutely worse than the fucking snow. 100%.
Had a bathroom like that. It's terrible.
Boris is going to go to the bottom of the stairs and shout up for the Americans and just be like, "Hey, American, you not come for drink?"
You hear no response. What you do hear, though, sounds like the grinding of metal on metal. And the lights on the stairway, you hear this the lights on the stairway all go out.
These people really need to pay their electric bill.
Oh, I think what it means is we're trapped. I don't, like I said, I don't trust it.
Yes, I was bring in the liberty.
Is
Yeah.
It is terrible situation.
is the guy that stepped out of the hut with us?
No, he is not. He was back
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah,
He left us.
big iron
Okay.
on his hip stayed upstairs.
Okay. Bobby is very like kind of freaked out, and he doesn't like this place, so he's just gonna like kind of like rest an arm like on his holster, like not the hand on the gun, but it's there. Like he can quick draw if he needs to.
I like that. I like
All
that.
right.
Resting his
Yeah,
hand on his holster. Very good.
I mean, Joseph has he's still got his hunting rifle at his back, but he's got his plasma rifle, like, you know, on a sling across his chest, so he could grab it, safety off at any time, and go for it. But he's not actively, you know,
Oh yeah.
holding it.
The
It's just
safety
on
is
a
off
sling.
on all of Bobby's guns.
Oh,
all
of course
the
it
time.
is. Yeah, of course it is.
He's
But
too American.
yeah. So, but he,
Wait,
you know,
you
he's
guys
not.
have safeties?
Yeah, you guys have safeties.
Well, optional.
Well, you know, we tried putting on Alexander's guns. He just kept snapping the damn things off. So like, oh fuck it. It's like an ogre.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, I mean, we start making our way down this hallway cautiously.
As
Making
you
our
make
way
your way
downtown.
down the hallway, you can see that every 10 feet or so there are cameras. Very similarly, they watch you as you go by. You go down the hallway, it goes down 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet. About 100 feet down this hallway, it opens up into a larger room. Inside of this room, you see that there are a number of large vats. Each of these vats is empty. One of them appears to be large enough to contain Alex, and the others appear to be the proper size to contain, well, humans similar to your size. They are not filled with any materials, there's no water, there's no liquid, there's no fluid, and they all appear to be in this moment deactivated.
Can I science and see if I recognize these are like cryovats or
You
something?
absolutely could do that, yes.
I will do
I will-
so.
Alex will also independently science.
At every
Science!
camera, as Boris is going down the corridor, he's like, "Hello, camera."
Hello, camera, hello.
Oh, look
That
at
is
this.
really friggin' good, Alexander.
How many vats?
Science is a tag skill. So how many? How
That's
much
4
action points?
successes. That's 4 successes. It's fantastic.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
Jordan, you recognize that these are either cryovats or vats that are used to. Cryovats is the best term that you would call them. They'd be
Yeah.
cryovats. Alex, you actually know these types of vats that you see before you. These are the same types of vats that were used to create you. These types of vats allow genetic mutations, manipulations, enhancements, dehancements. They allow you to literally rip the very DNA out of a person or put DNA into a person. These are very, very powerful scientific equipment. They all appear to be inactive. They all appear to be in fantastic shape. However, with that science check of 4, you recognize that they were likely used. There's a smell in the air as you get close to one of them. And that smell, it kind of smells a little bit like formaldehyde mixed in with peppermint. That's the same smell that would happen when you yourself, perhaps at one point, were assisting in creating others of your kind. These have been recently used.
Alexander will look at everyone and point at them and say, "Don't touch."
Yeah, don't make a habit of going into new places and just touching everything. I did that one time. I watched a guy do it actually. Stepped on a pressure plate, exploded. It was just, I had to get the bone like out of my skin. I hated it. I don't touch
Many-
shit.
How many vats are there?
There are about a dozen vats in here. There are 4 that are large enough to fit someone like Alex, and the rest, the other 8, are normal humanoid size.
Alex will continue to point at them and say, "Used recently."
All right.
Boris will just reach into one of his many pouches and pull out a bottle of vodka and go, "Well, this trip took a very bad turn."
I love how nobody is questioning what should be an idiot super mutant looking at incredibly technologically advanced equipment and said, "Used recently," and everyone's like, "All right."
They trust you.
I mean, so sometimes things that don't seem as intelligent can be really good at like 1 or 2 fucking things. So plus I assume being in the gulag, everyone has to work on something, and people probably know that Alexander, he's not always right, but when he's right, he's really fucking right.
Really fucking right.
So it's just like, okay, sure. I mean, he's got us this far, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm down.
Exactly.
It's no worse
Yeah.
than
He's usually
anything
right
else.
like 50% of the time because his total stats are 10. So he's right like 50% of the time.
You know.
It's good.
And
Good.
when he says what they're made for, I'm like, well, I think they're cryo things. He's like, okay, well, yeah, sure, that makes sense. I mean, it's not any crazier. He knows how super mutants get made somehow. So
There is an echo from down the hallway. It kind of sounds like a voice.
what in the fuck is that?
You hear this weird, like, squeaky kind of like, sort of sounds like words, but you're not sure.
Bobby is gonna just have his combat shotgun ready. He's not sure about this.
So Yosef, I like to imagine that at Vaults, Gulags, and everything else, somehow like the stuff, how American culture was exported everywhere, that he has seen like they have, I don't know, a VHS equivalent of, I don't know, some like Jeopardy, whatever shit. And he's just like, could you put that in Russian or English for 500 points? What the fuck is that? And he's just yelling that down the hallway. He's just annoyed at things making stupid noise. First the Boomhauer replica, now this thing. He's like, I speak English or Russian. I really don't give a shit. Even French.
All of the cameras turn towards you. A voice, that same kind of female voice that we've been hearing, comes over this speaker and says, "Please proceed to the recreational area." A bunch of lights,
something we can understand.
A bunch of lights illuminate along the floor and seem to be like guiding you, kind of like
Yeah, like movie theater
like
lights or
movie
whatever.
theater lights, yeah.
Don't
Well,
trust
well,
the voice.
I don't either, but we're stuck here, so might as well.
Love it.
I mean, Are we though? I mean, we could just not leave.
Don't be pussy.
Well, that's a question. Has the big ass
Whoa.
door closed behind us, like the vault door?
You didn't
We
hear
heard
it.
grinding of something.
That was up the stairwell. In
Oh,
fact,
okay,
as you
okay.
mentioned, we could just leave, Bobby. You say that. You hear a burp, burp, and then you hear the sound of the vault door closing behind you.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought would happen. All right, we're here.
This
Let's
is why
just
we
go.
don't voice our exact opinion of everything.
This is why we don't have nice things. Let's just go.
Have you
on,
met?
Boris.
Have you met me? This
I
is
like
what
to-
Americans do. They
I like to
do exactly
imagine
Boris.
that Boris and Yosef are infamous in the gulag for getting in shouting matches with each other, and then they just get over it and then have some vodka afterwards. But they get loud. It's like, let's just fucking go. Boris, not today, please. Not today.
Okay,
Oh,
come on, Sabatka. It is recreation. I'll go throw stick.
As you
They're like-
guys make your way, Bobby, you're going to say something. I didn't mean to interrupt. Please continue.
They're like old married couples, like the
Okay.
best of friends, but they're just at each other's.
I
throats.
imagine
fight
at some point we've
constantly.
beat the shit out of each other, and then we
Yeah.
just like have a shot of vodka afterwards, and we're fine like 5 minutes later. Like it's one of
Yeah.
those things, just dudes, dudes being dudes. So
You walk down a hallway, and eventually you come to another small chamber. On and in that chamber, you see on the wall there is another "Welcome to the Siberia Siberian Inn," and there's an arrow pointing to the right. As you go to the right, you see that there is a large kind of like red curtain that seems to be blocking off the next room. It's from behind that curtain that you hear that these kind of like weird squeaky noises. But simultaneously, you also hear, for the briefest of moments, "Well, dare I say, get your fucking mitts off me, you weird, gray-headed piece of shit. I will not take kindly. God does not acknowledge your existence, you bloody alien scumbag." And you hear that, "Meep, meep, 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 meep," and then you hear this, "Oh, gods, it hurts me." And then you don't hear anything else after that.
Illegal alien.
Boris is going to turn and look around, and does he see anything that looks remotely like some sort of a bar?
There is a bar. There's a receptionist like desk area, and there's probably some alcohol behind it.
Yeah.
He will walk up to that and go, "Look, they said recreation. I find bar," and we'll go and rummage around and find some vodka and glasses.
Like that. I like that. Who goes through the red curtain first?
Alex goes to the red curtain first.
Alex, as you push through, left-hand side, you see 3 identical people to the ones that you saw outside. However, these ones have tubes, like needles, weird probes looking at them and stuff, and they are also completely naked. And the one that was the southern preacher, as it were, seems to still be conscious, but standing in front of him is a strange little alien-like creature with a little green face, wearing a little like mask thing over it, a little like helmet, and it's prodding him with a device. To the other side of the building, standing in front of, oh boy, you guessed it, 2 massive power generators. And when I say massive, you know how they have those fuel rods? There are rows of 12 fuel rods on each side of these massive generators. And based on a quick glance, behind those generators, there are several containers, like big boxes, that are just labeled additional fuel rods. It's good for the story, is what it says. Plot device underneath it. It says plot device. All right.
Oh.
And there are several
Ugh,
aliens.
MacGuffin, good.
As you move in, you see a couple of the aliens turn, point towards you, make this weird beep boop, not beep boop boop noise, and then they all draw these weird looking alien blasters. And my friends, we are gonna drop into a little bit of alien combat. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some battle music going here, and the battle of the century. The battle of the century
Alien combat
is about to begin. About to begin, my friends. All right. So,
Yosef just sees it. He's like, and I thought all the Americans were fucking bad.
all right. So the way that we're gonna do this combat, is we're always gonna go down the list. All of the aliens do get to go on the same turn, so I'm just going to add one of them here into the initiative. And this is where all the marbles are going to happen. This is where all the marbles are going to happen. Now, what is perhaps slightly disconcerting, Bobby, what is slightly disconcerting is off in the corner, there is a body kind of just stacked on top of a bunch of other bodies, all right? You notice that body is wearing a jacket that looks very similar to yours, Bobby. Very, very similar. In fact, his skin may be gray and slightly decayed, but you recognize he has the same colored hair as you. And you can deal with that later, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to do this. We're going to copy that. I'm going to put this little duplicate of you over in the corner. There's a little, just a little pile of bodies over in that corner, Bobby.
Just a happy little pile of bodies.
A happy little pile of bodies. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this right in the center of the room so everybody at home can see it as well. There you go. But our little alien friends, they go on an initiative of 12. So they're not going to be going too soon. So you guys get to act first. Take it away. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm not in the initiative yet.
Did you select your token before you clicked it?
You're in the
No.
initiative, Bobby. Should be.
What?
No, he's
I
not.
don't see
Oh,
myself.
no, I'm sorry. Nobody's in
It's not on the
initiative right
tracker.
now. I gotta delete everybody again. So I'm gonna have everybody re-roll their initiative, please. So click your token and then click your initiative. There you go.
Ah.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
New fucking Roll20, man.
I love Roll20. It's fantastic. It's a great system.
Oh,
I only use
Foundry,
it because all of my assets are inside
yeah.
of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
it
We've been
is.
trying to get you to switch to Foundry, but it's just so much work when all your shit's here already.
I don't want to do
Yeah.
it. Can't make
I
me.
don't want to do it. I don't want
I
to
don't
move
want to do it. All my
everything.
assets are there, and I own a bunch of crap through Roll20, and like I don't want to. But anyway,
Yeah, the trick
All
is to
right.
have never paid into the system.
yeah.
Yep.
If I didn't
Exactly.
pay into the system, I probably would be like, whatever, I'll switch. But all right, so first up, we have Bobby McClay. Bobby McClay, you see what may be
Come
a
on,
copy
Bobby.
of you over in the corner. Maybe a copy of you. You're not sure. Maybe that makes you feel a little nervous. But what do you do in this moment, Bobby?
He's just gonna note that and be like, "Ah, what the hell."
Ah!
Oh, for
Um,
fuck's sake.
That's a for later problem.
Yep, that's future Bobby problem. He's just gonna go ahead and he's gonna say, "Ah, god damn it," and rack around. I'm gonna just unload some stress in the form of
Bullets?
yes,
Double O buckshot. Let's go.
Double
Ain't
up
that
buckshot.
now just the darndest thing you ever did damn see? What the fuck?
I'm gonna go ahead and unload the guy on the very close bottom to me. Let's do a shotgun thingy. Piercing 1 versus 1.
Question for the DM while he
Answer.
does that is what constitutes close,
Everyone's
medium,
in
and long
close
range?
range right now. Everyone.
Okay,
You're all
gotcha.
within like 30, 40 feet of each other. It's very
Gotcha.
close.
It's like a Mexican standoff.
Literally, it's a Mexican alien Mexican
Yeah.
standoff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
Um,
the freaking glorious bastards after ordering try whiskey is what's about to happen.
That is exactly
Yeah.
right.
Does anyone care if I buy additional dice?
We were
No,
maxed
we've
out,
got-
my
yeah,
man.
we're on
Alright.
we're on 7 AP.
Smoke them.
I'll use 1.
Damn.
Holy balls. Well, you got all those dice back. You're
Yep.
maxed out, man.
Yep.
Damn, son.
Dang.
You know what? You have
son.
2 floating action points. You could proactively spend those 2 action points to take another shot. So you don't lose
Sure.
them. So just be like,
Sean-
I'm gonna use it to get another major action, but go ahead and roll damage. Which one are you shooting? The one right in front of
Yeah, the one closest in south of me.
you? Says to you.
Yeah.
It's just it's like Mars Attacks and you just paste it with a shotgun.
Probably what's gonna happen.
It probably is gonna happen.
It definitely is gonna happen. He's gonna get
6
an additional injury
Physical damage to his torso.
for every effect. So that's 1 additional injury.
Oh damn.
So that's
it's piercing 1 and vicious 1.
okay. So that's which one is the additional effect? It's the little Pip Boy guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause
That's,
that's-
the effect.
Because I believe I have Bloody Mess as well, which does the same thing, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right,
Well,
so I can do that too.
that is 6 damage. That is enough to deal 5 damage, which means the wind is knocked out of him, which means all of his actions next turn are at 1 increased difficulty because he has had the air knocked out of him, which super sucks. He has a
Okay.
collapsed alien lung.
And I ignore 1 DR with
Dealt him
piercing
6
1,
damage.
and then additional damage for each effect. So that's
So it's 7.
7. Yes,
That is
Yeah.
really good.
Okay.
it is. 5, 6. Yeah, 7 right there, and then
And it's that damage is done to a random location too.
yeah. Well, the the bloody mess is an additional injury to a random location. Yeah. Did you
I
roll
will
for
roll a
that?
random location. You get his left leg. You crack his little left weird leg. It bends awkwardly, and he collapses to the ground, going meep boop meep boop meep boop meep.
All right. And I'll re-roll that 1 blank DC as well.
I love it.
That's a 3. Was that net me?
Oh, so 3. So actually, there is a challenge dice macro. I don't know if you have access to it, or you can
Oh,
just
no, we
roll
do-
additional combat dice by clicking the little bonus button.
Oh, okay. I see that there. All right, my bad. Do you want me to do that instead?
Yeah, do that instead. I mean, technically that's
Okay.
a 2, but that's...
All right. 1 additional dice. Is that what I'm
Yep,
doing?
just 1.
Oh, shoot.
So it rolls. Oh, I see. It rolls all of them. But you rolled. That was your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was your 5th die. So it's 1 extra damage. So that is a total of 8 damage to this guy.
Nice. Is
God
he dead?
Damn, he's not. He's just
No.
crying on the ground, an alien.
All right. Cool.
That's how I like my aliens. Get a green card next time.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take that second shot then.
Love it. Probably end this.
Doing some work today.
So use the 2 floating to go ahead and take another
You're
action.
taking another major action. Yeah,
I'll use 1 again for an additional D20.
I love that.
All right.
Difficulty is a 3 now because you're taking an additional action. You don't have action, boy, do you?
I got you.
So-
No, but I can re-roll 1 of them.
That's good.
Okay, so you've burned the points that you generated plus 1 that we had,
Oh,
right?
That is 3 successes. Roll
Yeah.
that damage, my dude.
We're at a net negative. Use 1.
1. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But we got 3 successes. I'm gonna re-roll that 18. Is there a thing for that, or just roll a D20?
I think we've
I
just been
just rolled
rolling a
a
D20 for the
13.
concentrated fire
That is
thing.
a success.
Another one.
4 successes.
You get 1 extra action point back.
Yep.
All right, so we're back up to 7, boys. Dude, what the? We got like no action points, and then this guy takes 1 turn, and it just goes like generates. Man, damn,
He's
I
seen,
know.
he's seen some shit. He wants to get this over with.
he's seen some
Yes.
shit.
Okay, and then I'm rolling damage here. Okay, I re-roll 2 of those.
So don't even bother because your shotgun, you paste this thing, it cracks his helmet. There's just green alien brain matter and like nasty blood inside, and the last thing it says is meep, and it's just and all the others are
So-
meep, 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 meep.
You know that scene in The Expendables where Terry Crews is just walking down the hallway with the automatic shotgun? That's what I'm imagining right now. It's just
Yes.
Speaking
Oh
of
my
automatic
God.
shotguns, Joseph, it is your turn.
Right, Yosef. After seeing Bobby, do some real American shit, is like, oh, I want to do that. So he's going to aim at this guy. He's going to minor action aim to get that piercing, and he's going to do some pew pew with a plasma gun, hopefully.
Love that.
So let's dance. Want to burn an additional die? And we got 7, right? I'm gonna burn 1. We good with that?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
All
One
right.
thing you'll
we'll
learn in
burn
this system is spend up. Oh my god! You guys are insane. You have 2 floating right now.
2
so
floating.
You might as well
So
spend it to take an extra major action this turn.
I could shoot twice.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
This is gonna be a slaughter. You're
Now,
walking here
question.
and, like die.
Let's see. What does that say? Hold on 1 second.
That's so good.
Okay, so I don't get the aim on the second. So okay, cool.
No, you won't get
So
the aim
let
on
me.
the second one, but
Yeah.
no. So
okay,
that was
so
actually 2 more successes than you needed. So
We
yeah,
have 1 floating.
yeah. You have
but
one
I get
floating.
the major, but I don't get another minor, so I can't. And it
Correct.
plus the aim it only applies to your next attack. So first one will have piercing 1. The other one will not, as long as the rules is written, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm going to resolve this one, and then I'll take a second
Trigger the new
attack.
one, yep.
Okay, cool. So I will burn a thing because I got a 1 fire rate, right?
That lets you add 2 extra dice, so you'll roll.
Yeah, was it Bloody Mess? If you roll effect die, you get
6,
the
7, 8, 9.
uh
You're currently at
additional
9
injury.
9 damage right now.
Okay. And that's take whichever's weakest physical energy. And that one
Dear
has piercing
God.
1.
The dice love you. You just hit him in the head. So here's what happens, Jordan. You unload with the plasma rifle. You see this thing bringing its weird blue alien gun up towards you. It's like, meep, meep, and it just vaporizes his entire upper torso. And you see it go, like, shoot the ceiling, and starts blasting away at the ceiling. One of the light fixtures falls down, starts crashing, falls down, explodes, and it just keeps shooting as it falls over to the ground dead. So you've just killed another one. Dear God.
Yeah, so it just fires that, and then see it had vaporized, just snaps to the next one. It's like, okay, so let's do that second attack. Do not get the aim. Let's see. The last turn was at a net. No, because I used 1. All right, cool. So we're at 6.
Use them again.
Okay, I'll
Use them, you
burn
gotta
1.
use them, man. That's
Yeah,
one thing
I'll
you'll
burn
learn
it.
in these 2d20 systems. Use those action points, man.
All right, so I'm gonna burn another one for the second attack. 2 successes.
Beautiful. That's what you actually need 3 on this one.
3
Because
on
it is
this
the
one.
second
Okay.
attack. Yes. You don't have action boy.
Well, I do have action boy.
Oh, then you only need 2. You're good.
Yeah, I do have
I did
action
give
boy.
you action boy. You're right.
Yep. So
I knew
I
you'd
will
be shooting a
roll.
lot.
Roll. Of course, he's a soldier. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, it's a character for me. I have violence.
I got you.
So let us go. 5.
Not bad.
7.
7.
6, 7.
Okay.
And
You
again,
wanna
whichever's weaker.
spend a ammo to reroll any of those attacks.
So it just rerolls the blank ones,
it's
right?
Luck. It's not ammo. It's luck you spend to reroll. It's been a while since I've ran the system. I'm sorry. You have to spend
let's
luck
see.
to reroll up to 3 dice.
Yes. If you have luck, spend it.
Oh yeah, I get 6 luck. Yeah, we're gonna
Right,
fucking.
You can spend 1 to reroll 3.
All right, I'm gonna reroll.
Why don't you roll it? Because that was a terrible roll on me. There's a challenge dice
Yeah.
macro that you should have access to.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, that's good. I
no,
can figure
where's
it out.
at?
So we're gonna just go with the third one is a hit, and the
Yeah,
fourth
I
one,
don't-
so it's an extra 2 damage. So it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And
That
it's-
is 10 damage. So let's see where you hit him.
Plus, it's whichever of his resistances is weaker.
Left leg. Left leg. His resistance is physical. Well, 9 is the magic number that you need. So you blast this thing's leg off, and it just starts going meep, meep, and it's just bleeding out. It's grabbing onto its vaporized stump that's just spouting blood, and it just sprays it onto its friend. Its helmet gets covered. This one just starts shooting randomly. It's just chaos. They're just falling apart here.
I'm just visualizing some Mars attacks shenanigans. That's really what I'm visualizing.
100% Mars attacks. Boris, it's your turn.
Okay.
Boris is going to duck down behind this bar that he was pouring drinks, but also grab one of the drinks, and then wildly shoot at this guy up here, up near the one nearest Alex.
I love it.
Go to the top of Alex. And I'm going to put additional dice into that.
Love
Yeah,
that.
with the stance. Oof.
Jesus
Oof.
Christ!
Oof.
Oh
Where are
my
these rolls?
God!
All right. So where the fuck are these rolls when I'm playing Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Like what?
All these nat ones that I was rolling earlier on today.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. That's so good. That is 5 successes. You only needed 2, so you get 3 extra. I think that brings you back up to 1 floating. Your guys are doing great. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
RNGesus be praised.
Jesus be praised for sure.
See, this is great because I roll like trash, so rolling low is my forte.
Yeah.
I shall stick some rounds into that. Okay, so that is 3 plus
5, right? Because you have vicious.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 4.
And
4,
I'll
sorry.
spend one of my luck to re-roll those other 2.
Like that.
So okay, I get the effect one. What are the other ones? The broken, the
Just a
bullet
hit.
hole ones,
One
or
hit or 2
just
hits.
hit? Okay, and then the blank ones are blank. Okay, I got you. Got you.
All right, so you got 2 extra damage. That was 3, 4. Those 3.
4, 5, 6 in total.
Yeah, that is correct. That is actually not bad. So you ping that one. You have what, piercing 1? Okay, you ping that one. 6 damage goes through. You actually end up hitting him in the right arm. His right arm appears to go limp at his side, and he goes meat, 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 and points his weird alien blaster in your general direction, as it were. All right, it's now their turn. Or you
It's
can take
now
another action.
Sabatka's turn.
It's Surbatka's turn. That is true.
Yeah. He's gonna run and try and attack the same one that I was shooting at.
Love that.
And he's also going to spend an additional dice.
Come on, Boris.
Oh.
Let's table him turn 1. Come on, let's go.
Unfortunate.
Ah.
That's unfortunate.
But he is going to stand in the sort of almost stereotypical dog way with like horns down at the front, just
Yeah.
barking at him.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm.
Well, it's now the aliens' turn, and although they've really gotten themselves into a bit of a pickle, they're going to rebut. And the first one's going to shoot back at you, Boris, because he doesn't like you very much. And I'm going to give him an additional die. And first attack is 2 successes. He takes that hit. He is going to spend 1 ammo, okay? And you're going to take 4 energy damage. Minus your armor, if you have it. Little alien over yonder, in the middle here, right next to Alex, is going to turn over, spend a minor action to wipe off the alien blood from his friend off of his visor. And he's going to bring up a big alien blaster, and he's going to go meep meep, and you're going to see it go, and it like glows as it goes towards the front. And he's going to shoot, and this is going to potentially strike all 3 of you in the corner there. Boris, everybody. So we're going to see how he does. We're going to give him a little boops, as it were. Here it goes. I'm going to give him 1 extra die, because I've got all this extra points to spend. That is only 1 success. We watch as it goes flying past you, strikes the wall behind you, and just vaporizes a portion of the wall as though it's like being carved out. Like if you ever played the original, what's those games that were like one of the original games, Red Faction games? You could like blow out the walls.
Red
It's
Faction,
just like
baby.
that. Just blows out part of the wall. And then he looks down at his gun and shakes it and seems to say what the fuck is going on, but all you hear is meep moop, meep moop. The
Smacks it a
last
couple
one here is going to rush over. He rushes over towards Bobby, and he takes out a small data pad, and he pokes a button, and you start to hear this. Bobby. 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 I need you to make the most important roll of the entire game, Bobby.
Okay.
I need you to roll me a survival check.
Burn dice.
Yeah,
You
we
can.
have 6 AP, so chuck
Burn
some
'em.
AP at that.
It's a survival endurance or what?
Survival luck.
Oof.
That's actually pretty fucking good for me. It's a 1. It's not a tag skill, but it's a 6. So
Need 2 successes.
okay. I will
Hey, it's important. Burn dice.
7. I will get 2 extra. I'll burn 3 action.
I think that's fair. You're rolling 4 dice.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Big money, no whammies.
2
Oh, we
successes.
got it! Let's go! Bobby.
I'll spend
For-
1. I'll
Yeah.
spend 1 luck just
Okay.
to re-roll and see if I get a success.
I love that.
All right. Big old.
Man, with a target of 7 too. That's good.
Oh!
Nice.
And you get 2 action points back because you beat it. So, Bobby.
Yeah.
See it push this thing. All of these emotions flood into your mind. You start to feel less human, and in this moment more robotic, and you hear this voice. you hear this voice in your head. It's the same female voice, and it says, kill your friends. But then you say, fuck that, that's a terrible idea. I'm not going to kill my friends. And that beeping in this moment no longer makes you afraid. In fact, it makes you angry. Moving forward for the rest of combat, Bobby, all of your target numbers, all of the number of successes you need are -1. Because you are in battle rage mode right now. So you can go fucking hog wild. In fact, you all see Bobby. His muscles seem to bulge. He seems to move a little bit quicker. They activated him.
we just hear a transform.
Exactly.
What the fuck was that?
The alien looks down at his
Juggernaut
pad,
mode,
looks over,
activate.
and you can see him mashing on the activate button, and then you see him look down, look at you, and start mashing on the deactivate button, but it's not doing anything. We are now over to Alexander, who can bring the pain train, as it were.
All right.
Please,
so-
hey, as a request, can you hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker? That'd just be so satisfying for me.
Absolutely, that was the plan the entire time. So, Pain Train says specifically, hit everyone within medium range.
Yeah.
Is everyone within medium range?
The two that are near you, you can hit, is who I'm going to go with. Just
Okay.
cinematically, it makes sense to get those two.
Sure, no problem. So I'll start with that. I'll start by knocking those two fools over. How many action points do we have?
5,
6.
6. Okay.
6? Okay, great.
So
I will
many.
spend 1 to get a dice. 1 additional dice.
What's her
3
action point total at the moment, sir? Just
we
for-
got 1 back,
Oh.
so we're back to 6.
Back to 6. Okay, because
Well-
we
Doesn't
bouncing all over.
Boris have inspirational? So we should be at 7.
well, it kept we kept out at 7, but I was
After
talking about the current total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we weren't at full. Okay.
Okay, so both of them are knocked down, and they take my unarmed damage.
Which is pretty good. All right, so you bash them both down. You knock them over really quick.
Is it just the melee bonus? Like, do I just hit this?
Yes.
Is that the unarmed damage?
Do you get your strength too? What was the strength bonus too? Or is it just with the weapon?
That is the strength bonus, is your melee damage. That's your regular melee damage,
okay.
is your strength bonus.
Oh, so it's only.
God damn, that's still
Damn it.
it's still 5. It's really good actually.
So both
It's
of
not
them. I'll
piercing
spend.
or anything like that, right?
No, I did not take piercing for unarmed.
All right.
I thought-
Well, here's the funny thing. The one that had already gotten shot, that shot back at Boris and missed, you pain train him, you knock him over, and he just ragdolls into the corner next to the doctor. The doctor
Does he
still
ragdoll
got
in proper Fallout 4 style?
Oh, yeah,
like,
just all over the
flying
place
across the room,
as he
bounces on a
goes
wall.
flying towards the doctor. You see the doctor break his leg free and just punt him in the back, and he just ragdolls the other way, just flying all willy-nilly. And for the rest of this combat, he's just kind of ragdolling around the room, all right? Just cinematically, so you guys can imagine that in your head.
Occasionally gets stuck on a wall as his
Yep,
arm
and just starts
glitches
twitching.
into a
Yep,
wall.
that's exactly right.
Every time he's about to stop, like he gets in someone's backswing area
Yep.
and just gets batted again.
Yep, just bat it around. Love that. So you're now up next to them, Alex. This
Yeah,
other one's
I'm
like,
gonna spend
meep, meep.
2 action points to do another major action,
Eep.
and what I want to do is grab the guy and throw him at this guy.
I love that.
Yes.
And I'm gonna look over at Sabatka and go, fetch. And all right, so what do I need to do to toss? Is it just strength athletics?
There should be a throw skill.
Oh, there is a throw skill.
Yeah.
Can I do strength instead of agility?
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
absolutely let you do strength.
Okay, still not great, but we should have 4 action points, so I'll burn
Yes.
another one to get another dice, because I'm gonna need it.
Love that. Absolutely
Go
love
for it.
that.
Go for it.
Submit. Fuck.
Oh my
yeah.
god! Get out of town. Just get the fuck out.
My
Fuck
God.
yeah.
Oh my god. Well, roll your melee skill. Melee damage.
Oh
Oh.
no! I'll
Look
roll
it.
one luck to
Look
reroll
that.
3.
Yeah, I was about to
Roll those
say.
3.
Yeah.
Just re-roll the melee.
Yeah. All right.
Work.
So we'll take the first 3 in this. Okay. So
Okay,
3 total damage.
So you chuck that guy, you pick up off the ground, you fling him like a ragdoll. He bashes into the other one. Both of them fall over onto the ground right in front of Bobby, who's currently entered rage mode. And cinematically, cinematically, it is now, you guessed it, it is now Bobby's turn. Bobby, all of the memories of your creation, of your life before your creation, the memories that were pumped into you, that body on the floor in the corner, along with the other bodies in this room, that is the original you. You know and you remember everything in this moment, Bobby. And it is these aliens that, for some horrible purpose, basically stole your life from you. You have a chance at retribution. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look over at the body in the corner and look back. I'm gonna say, Karma's, well, Karma's a bitch, ain't it? And I rack a shell.
I imagine
There you
as
go.
soon as you rack that shell, you just hear weep, 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 weep.
Oh yeah, the Kill Bill,
Yeah.
or not the Kill Bill, but the
Oh
other.
my god.
I just imagine it just in my
Yes.
head. I know he's not this type of Southern boy, but I'm just hearing hell.
That's the
It's about damn
Born
time.
Ultimatum sound, right? That's the Born Ultimatum music. I love
No,
that.
it predates it. I'm
Does
pretty
it?
sure.
Okay, right on,
Alright.
right on.
It's like the 1970s martial arts whatever
Yeah.
thing. I
Hell
think.
yeah, hell yeah.
Is this it? Is this the end of the? Am I good to just go ahead and
Dude,
blow
go
action
hog
point?
wild on this one,
Okay.
baby. Just
Yeah,
go
waste
hog
'em.
wild on this.
So-
So I'm ready for another major action.
Two for a minute.
Two
major
for a
action.
second.
Okay. I will. What are we at?
So we're at
We're-
3.
3.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'll use 2 for another major action and 1 to get an additional dice. I'll take my first one. I can minor action aim, right?
If you have the awareness a perk, you can. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can. You've got center mass though, haven't you?
I've got what?
Have you got the skill center mass?
I do.
Yeah, so you can do that without using your minor to aim. So if you
Oh.
aim on your first one,
Uh-huh.
then you can. Well, you don't have to aim on your first one, but you can shoot, use all your ammo, then use your minor to reload, then shoot for your second one using your center mass tag skill, and that takes your aim effectively. It's effectively a free aim as long as you can only aim at torso.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I get you.
I'll do that.
Sounds dope.
All right.
So-
So 1 additional dice.
Yeah.
So we're down to 0. Butthole. Yep.
And as this is happening, you just see Yosef in the background going, "Well, look at this American. He's over here. Damn it!" He's trying to light it. It just doesn't work.
Boris like cowering behind
Yeah.
the bar, like he's pretty good.
So 3 successes. I will go ahead and re-roll that last one.
Uh-huh.
That 17 there using the center
Perk.
mass perk.
Yep.
12.
That's a
Another
success. 4
success.
successes.
Oh, sorry, that was a D12. I am bad at D&D or Fallout.
D20s or D6s, baby. That's all you do.
Yeah, D20s. 2.
That is a critical
That's
success.
critical. So that's
Nice.
2. That's so. What did he need? He needed a
Only a
tag
2
of,
to hit.
He only no, but he's in rage mode, so he only needed 1.
Oh, we only did 1. It's 4. That's 4 action points back.
Yeah.
You're right. He's in
Yeah.
rage mode. You're right. Should have given that to
Okay.
him. Oh man.
All
Oh,
right.
Man, what have I done?
you made a monster. That's
I've
what you
created a
did.
monster.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and roll damage. That's gonna be 5. I'm gonna reroll 2 of those.
All right.
4.
It's 4 on the die
And
is
6.
6, so that is a critical. So that is going to be 2 damage with the 4. 6 becomes a critical, so that is a so it's a hit with a bonus. So that is that's enough to kill him.
6,
So
7.
Yeah.
here's
And
what
I've
here's what we're
and
gonna
I-
say, Bobby. Here's what we're gonna
And
say.
I've got vicious and
Yeah.
piercing as
So
well.
here's what happens, Bobby, and that's got spread, so you can hit more than one target. So
Mm-hmm.
here's what happens, Bobby. Here's what happens. You bring the shotgun up, and it's just like that scene from The Expendables. It's just boom, 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 until it clicks. And it keeps clicking, and there is just splattered alien goo all over the floor. Just splattered alien goo. The battle music in the background that's been playing in your head slowly fades away. And from the corner, you hear a kind of what I'm saying, this ain't the bayou. And that, my friends, is where we're gonna end today's session of Fallout Snowden Siberia. And I just want to say fantastic job, everyone. Absolutely fantastic job. Had a super blast. In the epilogue of it, you guys are able to gather enough power supplies, power cores, fuel rods, as it were, to go back to the Gulag. Enough to last for the next couple hundred years. In fact, it's enough of that to last for another couple hundred years. You are able to reunite Renaud, the good doctor, and Big Red with their friend Ivan, who's actually has been at the tavern just drinking away for a while. It's the actual him. It's the actual real him, which is great. It's not even a robotic version of him. Bobby, you know that you are a robot, but you also you have a human soul, as it were, and you continue to live your life out along with everyone else. I don't think anyone else knows other than Alex, and I don't know if Alex says anything. Does Alex ever say anything?
Alex only ever at this one time, knowing that Bobby knows, gives him a nod and a thumbs up.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is so heartwarming.
I imagine on the route back, there's Joseph and Boris. They'll be like, "We will return as heroes."
Yeah, I didn't say it earlier, but after he pastes Alien 4, just because the lighter doesn't work, throws it, hot barrel of plasma gun, lights it. Welcome to Earth.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, no, but they show back up covered in alien goo, and we throw the rods at him. It's like, go fuck yourself, and then we just go to get a drink.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, hope you guys all had fun. I know it got a little goofy, a little silly there, but an absolute blast. As I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we wrap up today's session of Fallout 2d20?
There's one thing. So Bobby knows he's a robot, right?
He does.
He's a synth, whatever you want to call him. He chooses to be human, but he wants to always remind himself that he's a robot. So I think in the future he would like a couple days after they get back, he'll go see a doc and he'll get his right arm de-sleeved.
I like that. Very cool.
Yeah, very Deus Ex Machina, like
I like that.
Pimped out, yeah.
I like it. Very good shit. Anything else from the rest of the group?
No, it was silly. It's like, okay, this is fun when we get into the bunker and it was crit after crit after crit
Guys,
after crit.
I was like, this is gonna be a relatively difficult fight. Nope, everyone's dead. I was like, fair enough. All right, that's that. You guys literally murdered everyone.
Alex goes back to his job tending the now revitalized power generators.
Love that.
Because that was his job, we just didn't have any fuel cells.
Oh my God, Alex is our Homer Simpson.
He is, yeah, 100% is. That's brilliant.
Oh my
I love
God,
it. He was a yellow. He was kind of yellow in his token too. He's a little bit of yellow mutant, so he's.
It's not jaundice. It's just radiation. It's fine.
Radiation. Yeah, for working so close to the reactor. But that is flashbacks to next to the OG Ragnar. That is absolutely weird dice luck. But hey, as I always say at the end of every session, thank you so much to the players for playing. Without you guys, this is impossible, so I genuinely appreciate it. Special thanks to both Atomic as well as to Steve. Steve, thank you for the point spend to actually get this going. And Atomic, thank you so much. I literally asked him an hour before we were supposed to start. I said, hey, does anyone want to play? And he reached out to me and said, hey, I'd love to jump in. And he's a consistent, wonderful player. So I super appreciate that. Both to Strom and as well as to Zachary. Thank you guys as well for playing. It's been great. Thank you so much to the viewers for viewing. We had about 10 to 11, maybe even up to 12 people watching. We really appreciate that. It's always fun to have folks involved, etc. Kura, you're the man. Really appreciate you stopping in. That's awesome. TNX, so great to hear from you. Haven't played with you in forever. And then just happy gaming, everybody. You'll actually catch me here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for our Session 7 of the Call of Cthulhu Memento Mori stream. We are starting with a brand new cast of characters. Super excited about that. And if you're catching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely helps get the channel out there. I'm trying to grow it and hopefully bring more entertainment to the masses, as it were. But in the meantime, be well, be safe, and because of the point spend from Devaton, I'm going to give you a nice little howl.
Oh,
the mic cut out.
That was there it is. There's the mic peak. The mic peak.
The mic peaked and cut you out.
Always. There it is. I'm howling for you. There it is. But hey, you guys be well, be safe, and we will catch you next time. Good night, everybody.